Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales of Initiative. We are excited. This is a good use of the word, to say the least, to be here with you today. I don't know what I'm saying. We're excited to be here with episode 27 of Sunset over Vengalia. Our our show is old enough to start thinking about its midlife crisis, so we're excited that
Don't
we're
put
getting
that
to
on
that
me.
point.
No. No, no, no,
Holy
no, no, no,
shit.
no, 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 no.
No, no, no.
Accurate.
How old do you think we're gonna live to be?
Yeah, well,
I said to start thinking about. It's not going to have it yet. It's got a few more years. I don't know.
Decades?
decades even? Decades before?
Apparently not.
Our
Yeah,
show
100
is more of our show is a gnome at the very least. At the very least. But we are
Quarter
excited
life
to
crisis.
more of a quarter life crisis. Okay, I'll allow that. Even that's still early. I don't know. I was just trying to think of something, and then you called me out. So wow, thanks, guys.
It's because I don't want
Welcome
you.
back.
I don't want you rocketing me into
what we're
end of
here
life.
Gosh, it's been a super busy week. We had there went the power.
We did it.
There it went.
There we
Yay!
go.
We're like, hey,
Darkness! Okay. It'll come back on soon, guys. This is South Africa. I don't recommend in the power outage
Don't
times.
recommend.
See,
Until they
this
fix
is.
their power infrastructure, we do not recommend 2 out of 10.
They're gonna know all of our secrets now. They're gonna know that we're not all in the same place. We
Oh, I know.
up until this point,
Yeah.
we have confused everyone into thinking that we were all like in a TikTok house style situation.
Definitely.
I'm sorry that the walls of illusion have broken here.
Haley and Taylor's perfect, middle America accents didn't.
Exactly.
Very much.
Yep.
Spot on. Like, our accents are. We sound the same, guys. We sound like we could be
Yeah.
like a family.
Family.
Oklahoma,
Absolutely, yeah.
like all of us.
I thought we were.
We're all in the same house eating
you're
peanut
telling
butter
me-
and Eggos.
Exactly.
But welcome to the show regardless. We are super excited to be here, and it has been a busy week/weekend with Tales. Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about what happened this weekend?
This weekend, we crushed it. The Tails Pride Initiative. We raised over $1,000 over 10 hours of gaming for Gendercool Project. The Gendercool Project is an organization, a nonprofit that focuses on youth-led advocacy for non-binary and transgender youth. It's basically all about messaging and information and providing kids and parents resources to advocate for gender-affirming care throughout the life of children. And it's really, really cool organization. We were able to raise $1,000 for them while we played Monster Hearts and Thirsty Sword Lesbians. If you didn't see those games, you should 1,000% go check them out because Raz and Billy crushed it as the GMs for those games, and we had some awesome guest stars show up from all over TTRPG sphere on Twitters and TikToks. So yeah, come out and check out what we did because we're super proud.
Yeah.
And Zen is
And
not
we'll
a
be
villain.
doing that. And Zen is not, and we're going to be doing that. Hopefully, every year is the plan to do that one. But we're also going to be looking at doing some other fundraisers throughout the year. So love and support all the communities. So we really appreciate that. Matt, you also have something else that's coming up starting tomorrow.
Yes, a quick general Tales of Initiative plug. Yesterday was the return of Tales of Misadventure with oh no, oh no, all the screens look terrible.
Out.
To tech issues. Hi again.
It's like
Hello.
building a house out of cheese. Sometimes it just falls apart.
And sometimes it's all Gouda.
Oh my god.
All right, Matt, you were saying, Matt.
Moving
you were
on
giving us-
quickly from that travesty of a joke.
Ah.
Wow.
I like that.
I mean,
It
I
was
lobbed
good.
it up, and I thought Conlon nailed it out of the park. So
It
I mean,
was,
well
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
It was very sharp.
It was.
You monster.
Bit on the nose.
All right, moving on before we
That
get
was good,
blue.
Breathe.
Yesterday, Tales of a Misadventure returned. God damn. Tales of a Misadventure returned with Raz leading the group through playing Anime 5e, which is some super dope, crazy anime shenanigans, and they are actually playtesting an encounter designed by me for an upcoming adventure. So keep your eyes out for that. Definitely tune in for part 2, where it's sure to heat up. And then tomorrow, you'll see me and Haley again on the same screen for the premiere episode of Tales Does Tales, where we are going to be playing through Tales of the Yawning Portal, an anthology collection of classic Wizards of the Coast adventures and D&D adventures, but with a few interesting little twists that have been added in for funsies.
The
I'm
flight.
terrified.
Haley basically just lives in our Discord server now. Like,
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Okay.
Like
Billy
10
has
years.
me in a cage.
So... Okay. So there's that. We have a new sponsor this week, guys. And so we have a new one, and we're really excited about them. So let's tell about them.
Imagine this. It's 1993 at the mall in Anytown, USA. Picture this. You're heading to the mall sporting your new threads. You're feeling fresh and ready to arrive on the scene to make a statement. Look out, everyone, because here comes Mr. Cool.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Sabrina. Hi, Haley. What? What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing, dude. Nice shirt. Where'd you get it? The garbage?
What's wrong with my shirt?
Nothing. If you're trying to look boring.
Ha
Anyways, Haley, I was wondering, would you want to go to the movies sometime or something?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I thought we could go see that dinosaur movie, Jurassic Park.
You want to take me to see a dinosaur movie? Yeah, right. As if. There's no way I'm going to see a dinosaur movie with a dweeb like you.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants to date a real man, not some little weasel like you who lets his mom pick his clothes.
Hold on. My mom is radical.
You are such a nerd.
Yeah, a total dork.
I will never go out with you.
Oh.
Oh, that is not good. Mr. Cool ended up looking like Mr. Fool. We need to rewind and try that again, but this time, Mr. Cool has just gone shopping on level1gamers.com and used the promo code TOI and saved 20% off their order.
What's up, Matt? Sup, Sabrina? Oh, sup, Haley? Oh, what? What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing, dude. Nice shirt. Where'd you get it? I have to have one too.
This old thing? I only wear this when I don't care about how I look.
It looks so good. Like, it really highlights your muscles. You must work out so much.
Oh my god, Sabrina, you're right. He's all that and a bag of chips.
Yeah, Conlon. You're the bomb.
Oh, thanks, guys. Anyway, Haley, I was thinking that you and I could go see that fly new dinosaur movie, Jurassic Park, together?
Shut up. Really? You want to go with me?
Acha, you know that's right. I'm hella jonesing to see it with you. Let's bounce right now and get tickets.
Oh my god. I must be bugging. Yes, 100 times yes. You are so bodacious.
No duh. Let's go. Catch you on the flip side, everybody.
Oh, snap! I have to check out level1gamers.com.
Wait, what is a .com? Is that a new store?
I don't know, but I have to find out.
Skillet, what's the haps?
We're on our way to find this bodacious store, Level 1 Gamers.
Wait, are you dissing me? What is level1gamers.com?
It's this gnarly store that Conlon told us about. We're trying to find it right now.
Well, don't let me stop you. Let's haul ass there right now.
This is gonna be off the chain. Peace out.
Level1gamers.com for all your D&D inspired apparel, mugs, and accessories. Check them out and use the promo code TOI22 for 20% off your order. And when you click checkout, you too can shout Booyah!
Doink!
I really just want to get my Genco jeans now, like with the pockets big enough to hold like the player's handbook and all the dice and minifigs, and like.
Cha, let's all channel our inner Thickleback.
That took me back to like a place where I was like so sweet and fresh, and we played hacky sack and like, hey yo bro, you want to hack? And we're like, yeah.
Shit, I forgot to put on my cool 3D glasses.
Duh, cutting edge technology.
Ready
Maybe
for
it was
the
for
movie.
Yeah.
Say.
Aw,
Gosh.
those were
So
the
thank you,
days.
Level 1 Gamers, for being our new sponsor. Guys, really go check them out. They have some incredible shirts, mugs, stickers, dice trays. They have all kinds of fun stuff. I've got a tiefling mug. It's literally like a cup that's got like the head of a tiefling with a teacup bouncing off their head. It's adorable. They have a like world's okayest dungeon master shirt. They've got like a dummy thick. What was the mug you were looking at?
Gelatinous
Conan?
cube. I'm absolutely
Dummy
buying
thick
the dummy
gelatinous
thick
cube.
gelatinous cube. It's so good.
So
Jiggle, jiggle.
they are, and
Jiggle, jiggle.
they are super responsive, super friendly, and also we will probably have some giveaway stuff from them in the future as well. So be on the lookout.
Stay
That's-
Radical.
Stay rad, stay fresh to death. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're ready at this point to do some stuff. Don't you think? Are we ready?
Totes.
Yeah.
Then
Totes my
Yeah.
goats,
Totes.
my bratots.
well then, without further ado,
This is Vix's
Let's-
new voice, by the way. Gonna have
we're
to
gonna
deal
tell
with
everybody
it.
to. We're gonna tell everybody, eat my shorts, man, and we're gonna bring you the sunset over Vengalia. I'm not gonna keep going with that.
Do it.
Nope, I refuse. When last we left off, the heroes had destroyed another group of undead creatures, managing to control them primarily through the use of Edie's Rainbow Mace of Terror and Rose's use of Spike Growth. After his mother had been in the horde that had attacked the guardhouse, Archie was anxious to search the bodies of the undead to see if his father was amongst them. When he didn't find his father's body, he felt both relief and a little anxiety as the uncertainty of where his father is still remains. Once again, utilizing Rose's Spike Growth spell, they are able to clear out the Peaceful Giant, the inn that is run by Aramil the Firbolg. There, they were able to restock their herbalism kit, find some food and water, as well as gather more bedding. The majority of the party, I'm going to redo that. The majority of the party feels set to head back to the guardhouse. However, Edie has other plans. Tired of the tension that has been building between Vix and Nemea, She attempts to lock the two of them in one of the inn's rooms with a chair until they can work out their issues. In an effort to help, Archie uses a spell to make the door immovable to ensure that they are actually locked in. Feeling trapped, Nemea flies out the window instead of actually having the conversation, which resulted in offending Vix. Nemea then in turn tries to come back and make a truce, which resulted in Vix walking out the now open door instead of actually working through things. They do agree on a somewhat tenuous truce, but things are still rocky between them. After discussing the idea of setting up other defensible bases of operation to work from, they head back to the guardhouse. While trying to figure out what to do next, Trim calls Vix upstairs to talk with her. Trim once again thanks Vix for their efforts in behalf of trying to find their wife, and as well as for the efforts that the heroes in general have been putting out in behalf of the survivors in the village. Trim pulls Vix close and reaches inside their cloak and was just about to pull something out. That's where we ended last week. We're going to pick up today. Vix is upstairs. The rest of the party is downstairs. Nemea, what are you doing right now?
Edie, do you have a moment?
Yeah? For what?
I just want to have a quick little chat.
Yeah?
I wanted to say I'm sorry. I know Vix and I haven't seen eye to eye on a few things, and that's upset you. I know I've said things about myself that have upset you, and I'm sorry. I'm not used to having people that want me close, so I don't know how to handle this amount of attention. And while I know what you were doing at the inn, I felt trapped and cornered, and I really don't do well in those situations. So I'm not giving up on friendship. It's just hard for me right now.
Thank you for your apology. And Edie wraps the mayor up into a big hug, and she just says, I'm sorry too, I didn't mean for you to feel trapped. I guess I did want you to be trapped. I didn't want you to not like being trapped. I didn't know you wouldn't like it. I just want you guys to love each other as much as I love you two. I want you to be friends, and I don't like to see you fight.
Nemea's hugged her back and wrapped the wings around her. It's alright. You didn't know I was claustrophobic sometimes, I guess. Look, we do love you, Edie, and you know.
No, I know that. I mean each other.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get through
You'll
it.
be alright. Yeah.
I didn't like the idea of you or anyone being mad at me. So
I don't think I could ever be mad at you.
you weren't mad when I tried to rip your face off?
No, I was gonna say, I wasn't even mad when you tried to bite me, so I mean...
What would it take for you to get angry?
I guess let's not find out.
Cool, yep. I'm okay with that.
Look, here, and Edie pulls out the bottle that she found at the inn last time, and she's like, and she clinks the glasses together that she found. She's like, do you think everyone might want a drink?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
not right now, but yes.
Okay.
And Nemera's gonna pull the herbs that she got from the bugbear's stash. We could probably
is
have
what
a
my-
really good.
Yeah, but my mum smells exactly like this. And she kind of like takes a like big whiff in and like just sits content for a minute.
I'm not sure how to respond to that. Yeah, we'll get through today and we'll share in these like a big family.
Okay. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Edie. And Nemea's gonna hug her again and then just walk away.
Okay. Rose, Archie, and Chorus, what are you guys doing?
Right now, Rose is going around. Thorn's still around for a few hours, so I imagine she's just been going around like it's okay. I know he's really big and he's a wolf, dire wolf, but he's super friendly, and I'm actually trying to train him. And just like showing little like trying to get him to like
Yeah,
let's
and having
try something.
Thorn inside is like having the equivalent of a horse now inside this like
Ah,
ground floor of this guardhouse. And so like everybody's like
beautiful.
kind of he's definitely taking up his share of the space.
And she'd actually also, in terms of that, having like seeing like how Chorus is like capable with like his like combat, and Archie has an animal companion that would approach both of them, just asking if they have any experience in training animals, if like just to follow commands, but especially with Chorus. And do you have any? Have you ever considered maybe trying to get an animal to fight? You're so good at it yourself. I think it would be pretty cool. I don't think you'd be able to wield a sword or anything, but
Well, I tried to teach an owlbear one time, but that did not end well. I mean, it can't be that much more difficult than teaching a person how to fight. I don't know. Thorn
yeah,
listens well.
yeah, he's a good boy. Because I think it would be really good coming from someone like you, because I'm okay with this rapier over here, but that's really it. It would be best if I could get some of your expertise.
Sure, I'm happy to help however I can.
And also, she'd also have asked Archie if Archie was around, seeing how well Bono is kind of flying around. It's like
So-
depends on what Archie's doing.
I think probably in the first like 5 or 10 minutes, Archie is just making sure that the door is like super locked and closed, and going back and forth with that, and then we'll start doing arcane recovery. So you probably run into him reading his spell book by that point, and I mean, Bono he's not really an animal specifically. It's more like a
A
A
summon?
spirit. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a spirit, but this is the form that he takes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
so when
Well,
the spell is redone, you can change their form into different things. But I've usually kept them like this. I found it to be pretty useful to be able to fly.
well, that's all a whole different matter. That's like that spirit that you commented on earlier. That made us all feel very strong. Um, that's that's really cool. I didn't realize I I've never come across a companion like that sticks around so long. Thorn over here doesn't really stick along around that much. Although Thorn, to be fair, was a normal direwolf, but then, long story short, there was a mermaid involved, and like all this magic, and then there was this witch at this like sea hut, and we kind of trusted her, but then we shouldn't have. But anyway, Thorn became what he is now.
Mermaid. I didn't know those were real. That's quite cool. Uh, Definitely want to hear more about that whole adventure. But yeah, no, this he kind of came pre-trained. But that's quite interesting that temporary companion.
Yeah, well, if you ever be interested in helping, I definitely would. I think it'd be great for everyone to have some experience with him. He's very friendly, and whenever I can summon him, I should summon him more. Uh, I'm sure he must be lonely there. Although I'm not sure how it works. Maybe he's only there for a blink. It seems like it's very powerful, but I just want to make sure that whenever we do bring him here, he will be able to help us. And that's where I've already enlisted old Chorus over here. He's just going like.
Just looking past Rose at this horse-sized wolf, like, right. Well, for, love to get to know him. Him or her more?
Him.
Him more.
Yeah. And yeah, just kind of just chatting about that. Maybe like, depending how long things would take, she'd like start with like trying to be like, okay, let's try and get him to sit. I know he can understand me, but let's just start simple and just go from there.
I'll say, if you're wanting to take a short rest, if you were trying to train Thorn at all during that time, you wouldn't get a short rest because you'd be working with Thorn during that time. So if you need a short
Okay.
rest, you could just utilize him like as a pillow or whatever. But if you want to actually work on training,
Okay.
that's not restful enough to be considered an actual rest.
Okay. Um.
But it's up to you.
No, I think I'll do the training. He's only here
Okay.
like for like a few hours. I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Utilize the time.
um, in part of that short rest, would it be possible to head to wherever they keep their weapons and stuff in this guard post to find a short bow or a longbow or any kind of like ranged weapon that they might have stock of?
Yeah, their weapon stock is pretty basic, but they would have bows of some sort or crossbows or things of that nature. That if somebody needed to have a bow or whatever, they could have one that they could take.
Are there any longbows, perhaps?
Yeah.
Or short bows? Like if I could get one of each, like totally taken.
Sure.
All right, I'll just take like one of each and just kind of take it back to my spot where he's sitting like cross-legged, just reading, and wait for
Dual
Vix to
wielding
come
bows.
back.
This is not working like I thought it would.
No, I think Archie would definitely like telekinesis them behind him, like they're just hovering along behind with him. But
Casual.
he's still like reading the book as he kind of comes back into the room with the bows hovering behind him.
We go upstairs. Vix has been having conversation with Trim. Trim took Vix by the hand and pulled them in close and reached in to their cloak. I need to give you this. And yanks out their hand and hands you a healing potion. I've been holding on to this, and it's probably going to do you more good than it's going to do me. If I'm staying inside, it's not as necessary, but you're going out and risking your life, and so I thought at the very least I could offer you this. I've been holding on to it in case I tried to escape and needed it, but I think you're our best chance at escape right now.
I appreciate the gesture. I just want to make sure that you're sure about this. If you're protecting this place while we're out, it might benefit you having some emergency healing on hand. I will absolutely take it if you insist, but I just want to make sure that you're thinking through all the options here.
I think if it comes to the point where they're inside and we're fighting, one healing potion is going to be the least of my concern. It's not going to be very useful, and it's not going to save our lives. So, whereas out there, it might be enough to get somebody up and get them back.
Fair enough. I greatly appreciate this, and I will let the others know that you've given this to us. Thank you.
Yes, of course. I should see if I can be of any assistance to Aramil. And she heads down the stairs.
Certainly. Could I do a quick insight check just to see if there's any subterfuge going on?
Yeah.
Detect poison.
What did I roll? Yes, yeah. I do not have that spell, but I rolled a 16 for insight.
They seem very genuine, very appreciative of the efforts and the. I mean, she's trusted you to what the others don't know.
Yeah.
Try to find her wife, but she's doing everything she can to aid you in those efforts since she can't be out there in person doing it.
Makes sense. Cool. Vix will join the others and just do their short rest.
Okay. So for those of you taking a short rest, go ahead and roll hit dice if you want. Rose, what were you wanting to work with Thorn on during this time?
I just wanted to work on just like his like responsiveness in battle. So it's just like, slowly working towards getting him a bit more efficient, I guess, at that. Getting a bit more like of a heartier bite, or yeah.
So how are you doing that? Like, what is your method? Like, what are you using to train?
So
Because you're inside a very small, enclosed space. Are you just having a gnaw on one of the sleeping elves? Like, what's happening?
No, I think I was thinking, like, are there any like sacks of like empty sacks or like with like full with dirt or sand or
There are
or like maybe crates.
There's like definitely empty burlap sacks around. You would have to obviously go outside to fill them with dirt and sand. It's not something that's kept on hand inside a guard post. If you want to go outside and train him, you are welcome to do so as well. But inside, it's going to be pretty crowded to do a lot of things.
Maybe can I just do can Rose just go outside and just do a bit of a check, just make sure the coast is clear,
Sure.
and also get him to sniff out. Yeah.
And you can both do one. So I think he has advantage on those with smell-based ones.
Yeah, he does.
So you can roll for you or roll for him with advantage.
Which? Oh, so you say both?
Either one.
Or...
You can either roll for you or roll for him with advantage.
Okay. I'll roll for him. Okay, that is. Let me just get his stat block up. That's bad. I don't have that up yet. That is a 17.
Okay. As he goes out in the immediate vicinity, he doesn't smell anything um, anywhere within whatever the range of his perception, his smell would be. Off in the distance, you still have the smell of, you know, burnt wood and the smoldering logs that are from the part of the city that had gotten some fire action. But so it might cloud the scent a little bit, but there's nothing in the immediate area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, then just go around there and just I think I'll just use she'll use some of those. She'll also basically almost like almost target practice, but like with him. So like set up like it's like them as like little like a little dummy, little training dummy. She'll also for accuracy, if there's any like precipitation or any water that's around from nearby like shrubs, plants, weeds, she'll go and use shape water and just make these little sort of like small areas of water. It's just like go get that, and then he has to she'll like give him like a few seconds, and then
Okay.
he has to go try and get to it in time and snap it.
Okay. So there's no like puddles or anything right now, so you could use like your water bottle if you wanted to
Yeah.
make like your water skin to make like water.
Yeah,
You can do that.
yeah, that's fine.
You guys did bring some barrels of fresh water with you, so
Yeah.
you have some water to access right now outside of.
No, I'll just
That's
use
already
mine. I don't want to mess with the water for
Okay.
people.
And there already would have been some like training dummies for the guards to practice on, like
Mm.
archery and things like that you can
Sure.
utilize for those type of things. Go ahead and make.
Perfect.
And how long are you doing this for? Like, how long do you want to spend doing this?
I may as well do it for the whole short rest.
Okay, so for
while
like an
everyone
hour?
else is.
Okay, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Alrighty. Natural 20 plus 7. 27.
Oh, wow. So as the first couple times, you're talking to him, and you want me to bite the water? I can't bite water. And then when you like, no, you like, I'm just gonna hold it. And he gets the idea really quick and starts being able to start snapping at the water quickly, and he's almost like anticipating where you're gonna put the water. You feel like it's a really good training session. It's only been an hour, so nothing
Yeah.
changes as far as like overall, but you're starting to build some trust with each other. The more you spend time with him, the more he realizes how much you are not like his previous owner.
Yeah, like going and giving affirmations in between, like that was such a good boy. Like seeing if she has any like weasel away, a little bit of like say like bacon from breakfast. Like here you go, so good.
Can I
he's-
use
Very happy. Go ahead.
Can I use my time in my short rest to try to braid a collar for Thorn?
Aw.
Yeah. Using what? What are you going to use?
Just like spare cloth, like anything, like burlap or whatever's around.
As
That's like
soon as Edie notices this, she's like giving him all like the leftover like strips of rainbow fabric from her Mace of Terror, so he can weave that
Okay.
into. This will.
I will say you can do
Thorn's
like a
collar.
dex check or a tinkering check if you have any kind of proficiency in like tinkering.
don't, so I'll just do a dex check. 16.
Okay. Not only is it practical, but it actually is pretty. The added colors. So there was, like I said, there's burlap sacks around, so you're able to make something. And then as Edie hands you the rainbow cloth, it starts interweaving in there, and it does give off very much similar vibes, and almost scary way to her Mace of Terror. That like you're making this thing for this giant, potentially ferocious beast that also is going to look pretty while it just can tear you apart.
I love it.
It's a theme. We need to get more rainbow fabric.
Rainbow Heroes.
Yes.
We're gonna have to come up with something for rainbow.
Oh,
I'm already
Lord.
working on it.
I'm already.
Really awesome, intrepid. I don't know. I'll think about it.
It's
Cool. Yeah, and then at the end of the short rest, when I'm done with it, I will just take it
Bodacious.
over.
sorry.
I would just put it on Thorn and like take it over to him.
Aw. Thorn,
He gives you like a
sit.
big like
Yeah.
look upside the face as you.
Good boy.
Aw. Thanks, Chorus. It really looks so cute on him.
This is
Take it
much
easy.
better than the collar I had before that cut into me.
Thorn says that he really likes it.
I'm glad. He should have his own collar since he's pet now. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a little follow along.
A friend.
Yeah.
And he like sniffs Chorus a little more. He leans over to you. He smells like my brother did.
Okay. Thorn says you smell like Thorn's brother.
Oh,
That's weird.
all right. Maybe it's just the woods. I don't know. It leaves
Just
a
need a bath.
lingering scent.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen like you seem like you've been adventuring for a while, so maybe it's just that sort of, weathered adventurer.
I'm sure. Don't mind me. I'm going to go wash up a bit now. Of course, goes off and like gets some water, like splashes it on himself.
A little self-conscious now.
Yeah.
I smell like a dog. What? All right. What
Aw.
are you guys doing? So the rest period comes to a close. So you guys rolled your hit dice. You've recovered anything you recovered from a short rest. What are you guys doing?
When Vix comes downstairs, can I just like when I see him come downstairs, I'm just going to like make the two bows float and like kind of when Vix looks in this direction, use prestidigitation if I can to just make almost like a one of those poppers of graffiti, like it's like be like surprise.
Thank you very much. I've found a pickup.
Does he show the health potion?
No, the way you were making the bows look in my mind was like how like
The bows.
old-fashioned
Yeah.
Nintendo games had like the items just swirling in the middle and like brightly lit.
Oh.
Level
Yeah.
up.
Level up.
So, I wasn't sure which type you are really interested in, so I brought a short-range one and a long-range one. But there's more, a few more in the armory if you'd like to take a look, although they're fairly basic.
This is perfect. Thank you. This will let me return Edie's, which is far more sentimental. This should work well. I lack the muscles to really put the longer one to use. This short one should do fine. Thank you.
Alright, awesome. I'll take the longbow back to the armory, but feel free to give it a peruse. And everyone else, if you need any spare weapons, I don't really think the guards are going to be using them now.
That's
This is a long shot, but can I give the armory a once over for anything that would strike Vix as arms and ammunition style stuff?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Ooh. Sorry, I was adding a short bow to my inventory. Now where are my stats? Here we go. I rolled really high. 25.
As you look through their armory, it is very basic. So you see your basic bows, your arrows, some short swords, some shields, those kind of things. Unfortunately, there's nothing there that jumps out at you as I can use this for that. You do find like a little bit of like metal filings that maybe you could find something to use those for, possibly from somebody like honing an edge or something like that, but nothing specifically usable for ammunition here.
Okay. Vix will just pick up some arrows then to go with the short bow.
Perfect.
Yeah, in that armory as well, are there any crossbows, perhaps, or crossbow and crossbow bolts?
There's like a light crossbow and a hand crossbow, and then some bolts.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. I think I could do light crossbow, so if possible, Archie will kind of like fashion a way to sling the light crossbow on and take some bolts.
Gear up.
Just check your
Yeah.
proficiency to make sure.
Yeah, it says crossbow and then it says light.
Yeah.
Like, not as one
Yeah.
word. So I'm assuming
Yeah,
it's
it's a
light
light
crossbow
cross-
though.
No.
Yeah. It's the
Alright.
same. Yeah.
Perfect. Light crossbow it is.
Well,
All right. What are you
team,
guys
do
doing?
we wish to head out again and try and clear out this area? Make sure that it's safe before we start moving around. It'd be great to get some breathing room, both literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good idea. The more we can do, the better.
You can tell that the
Yeah.
bacon is digesting in Thorn, and there is the occasional like a little dire wolf that happens.
Thanks for
I
tuning
mean-
into
Enclosed space is really.
Thanks for tuning into Fart Week on Tales of Initiative.
So Discovery Channel has Shark Week. We have Fart Week.
We have
That's-
Fart
that's
Week.
all.
Yes. Oh
Um,
man.
I was actually thinking if you guys are up to it, maybe checking out the temple.
Could
Yeah,
work
it
out
Yeah.
with
looks
that.
really scary.
Yeah, I think we should be careful with it. But definitely, the sooner we can deal with it, the better. I mean, I do actually happen to remember that I think there was someone in there when we last saw.
Someone's
Really?
We
alive
flew
in the
by, yes.
temple.
Yes, I swear I saw a figure. I think if we go there, we can figure out who that was. If it's maybe your father, Archie, maybe it's someone else. But
It would make sense. For my father to go to the temple, probably looking for my mother if they weren't together at the time. I thought he might be near the water or at the fountain, but to get to the temple, we have to go through the main area anyway, unless
we should.
we go to the northern residential area and break down the fence, burn down the fence, cut through.
This is your town, Archie. What would you prefer?
I think I'm a little worried about whatever that black cloud hanging over the temple is. I think we should approach cautiously and perhaps maybe see if we can figure out what it is before we head straight in.
That's a good
But if you
idea.
said there's someone alive
Well,
in there,
it could be one of those things that we saw. It was, I don't know. It was just a glimpse, but
it could be undead, but did it look like they were standing looking out or shambling across in front of the window?
didn't really catch much of a look to say.
Well, it sounds like the best chance of finding somebody alive is in the temple, so we should head there while we know there might be someone there.
Won't know until we go check it out.
Yeah.
Does Archie know of any structures that might allow people to hunker down in near the docks and the waters, like by the twins?
There is like a boat house kind of place where people would have kept supplies for repairing boats. There might have been some fishing boats that would have been kind of like anchored, like docked or moored inside there. So there was like the external docks, and then like in bad weather and stuff that could be moored inside. So there is a shelter-ish. They're not properly enclosed. It's not like a four walls kind of thing, but there is a space there that could be potentially usable. And then over there's also the bazaar area that has the shops and things of that nature. But again, they're more tent style than any actual built-up walls or shelters.
And the size of the lake itself, like if someone were to take a boat out onto the lake, can you see the other side of the lake, like the land on the other side of the lake from the shores?
You can, but it is a good distance. It's a very big lake. Um, so yes, you probably can see it, but it's not something that somebody could just easily swim to or anything like that.
Okay. I think I'd like to eventually go to the dark side, but I think we should pursue what you saw. It's the best chance.
That is.
Once we check out the temple, we can head to the lake.
It is on the way. But,
We'll clear skeletons out along the way.
yeah. Are we planning
Still
to... Are we planning to clear out things as we go, or are we, up until now, I've just been avoiding mostly? Are we going to try to avoid, or are we planning to clear out?
The only way this truly gets
think
better. If we
clearing
purge
out
everything
happens. Yeah, and I mean it normally happens by accident anyway, really, because we're sneaking and then we get found, or they just pop up and then they get us. So I think we just gotta look out, keep our eyes on the back of our heads, and we've got it. We'll find what we need to find, and we're gonna have to get rid of them anyway, right?
Right, and I
I
hope...
would remember that the Eye of Iol indicated a very weak presence in this portion of town still, and that was it over here. So you know that this portion of town is almost cleared.
Perhaps we
I
should
don't
finish
think-
up here.
I was gonna say, I don't think we should waste time. If they're out there, they're not anywhere close, and I think we should focus on bigger areas and maybe draw them further away into
Yeah, we can
another
make
horde.
noise.
Yeah, draw them even further away and deal with them later. I don't want to waste any more daylight.
So let's strike a balance. Let's not hunt anything down that isn't presenting itself. But if we happen to stumble across anything, we'll take care of it. Sort of clear as we go. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then,
Okay.
the other choice is, do we go through the fence up the north side and straight into the church, or do we go into that bigger area? Because there's a lot of rebuilding that's going to have to happen anyways, and the overall
I
defensiveness...
will say that the wall that connects to the temple is still whole, and it would require you actually destroying the wall. It's not, I mean, which is doable,
Yeah.
but it is
Can we
not,
not
there's no
climb it?
gate directly to it.
Yeah, is it made of wood, or is it made of something else?
It
The
is,
man
it
can
is kind
fly.
of, it is made from wood and stone kind of like worked together. And it's about 15 or so feet tall. So yes, Nemea absolutely could fly over it. Just letting you know that there's no direct gate to the temple from this side, and you would know from your living here that the entrance to the temple like all ties into going from the fountain. It's kind of like a path that almost like a pilgrim's path to lead you by the fountain to reflect over by the twins and then up, and it's actually the temple itself is on a raised almost like mountain like cliff type area, so it's not a...
Yeah. What I'm thinking is, like, if we want to avoid the main section, which might hold some trouble, we could try and break down or burn down that wall, or, as you said, Nemea could fly us across if you're willing
Yeah,
to
I
I
ferry
don't know
us
if we
across.
should be breaking any walls to the area that we're safe in, you know?
Agreed.
That's a good point.
I feel like That puts this district in far too much danger. I'll just fly you over or give you a boost.
Yeah, not used to flying being widely available. It's good thing to have.
So
Nice.
good. I don't even have to touch sand. And Edie like looks down at her little hooves and she's like kicking them in the dirt.
You might say it's magical.
May its wings relax just a little bit. Just
So
a little
magical.
bit.
Well,
Vic-
if we
Vic-
go through the main area. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, Vix. I just want to say Vix is gonna try and find a scimitar among the stuff.
I can give you my old one.
Oh, well that works perfectly. Thank you.
Sure.
I might be able to
what
be
was
more
I say?
effective up close this time.
If we go through the main area, we're all going to have to fight. So I don't want to make that decision for all of us.
I'm still feeling good from Rose's
Then
magic
I will.
before.
Let's go.
I agree.
Alright.
I'm sort of raring for a good scuffle.
Yes.
We've been sitting for too long.
And Thorn over here as well. Been so good with training. I'm sure he's eager to go and put those to work. Look at his new collar.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I don't suppose Namea could carry Thorn over the fence, but at this point he might be able to jump over the fence.
I'm strong.
Bound
I
up, but
don't think I'm that strong.
Big jump. Well, let's head to the main area then. I can show you guys the Fountain of Hope. Maybe that can provide us with some hope.
That sounds lovely.
That would certainly be nice.
Be one of my
Okay, so I
favorite
want to
places.
confirm you are going towards the
The
Fountain
main-
of Hope area, then not the temple. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we won't
Okay.
go try to break through any wall. We'll just go through that, like the gates
Through
west.
the gates and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can take Thorn.
All right. You gather your supplies. You gather your equipment.
Can we
As you
please
start
bring an
walking-
overnight supplies too? Just in case.
Sure.
I mean, I just assume that's in your bag.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got
I mean,
rations.
Normal
I just
stuff.
wanted I just wanted to make sure
I've
that it
always
was
got
said
good
out loud that we
berries.
didn't put everything down, you know?
Did you use good berries again, or are you just indicating that you can use that?
No, I haven't used it today, but I have it prepared.
Gotcha. And you guys still have rations, most of you.
Oh, one more thing before we head out. I'm just going to take the letter that Archie didn't carry with him properly the first time and just put it in a pocket somewhere.
So you head out the door. What is your order of march, just as you're going out? Like, what would the order be that you guys would travel in?
He wants
I
to
would
be with
assume
whoever's at the front.
I was gonna say I would assume Archie would be in the front because he knows where we're going.
I'd actually like someone to like walk beside me and then like
It's
I'm
me!
going to hold on. Okay, hold on to their shoulder, and I'm going to look through Bono's eyes as he's flying like directly above us, and I'm going to have him kind of weave around above us and look ahead, just like maybe 70, 80 feet up, and through that I'm going to also just direct us the general way.
How tall are you, Archie?
Whew. He's probably like 5'10", 5'11".
How tall is Edie?
5 foot.
Okay, I'm just trying to see the sizes, and the two strongest people
It's
by
okay,
far
I'm-
definitely should go up
I'm
front.
taller than Rose, and that's who was doing
That's
it to
true.
last times.
That's fair. But you guys were mostly standing put that time. This time he's actually walking,
I
and
mean,
you're like
Yes.
guiding him. So
And Edie
it's like the
is
drunk
not
person
going in a
leaning against
straight
the
line.
weakest person. Yeah, I know.
So
That's-
if
Edie
someone
is like weaving, like in like big like snake zigzags,
Mhm.
as like we're walking, and so it's taking maybe a little bit longer to get to where we need to
kinda
go, but
wanna-
she's having fun. See
if
if he
you'll
notices.
If you'll allow DM, I kind of want to make a dex check to see if Archie can manage to stay upright while looking
Yeah.
through different eyes.
Well, before we get out there, what's the rest of the order? We can definitely do that. But what's the rest of the order?
I'll stay at the
Chorus
back.
would be.
Hmm?
I'll be by Edie and Archie, like right behind
Okay.
them.
I'll probably bring up the rear with Thorn. Like,
I'll be in the middle.
Okay. As you step through the doors, Rose, you feel this intense pressure flood your mind, and your eyes roll back into your head. I need a dex saving throw from you.
okay. Dice don't fail me now. Okay. Whew, it's still good. Still good. Dex save.
Yes.
Okay. That is a 19.
As your mind gets overwhelmed by a familiar presence, you lose your footing and start to fall, but you wrap your arms around Thorn and you hold on. But your eyes are rolled back in the head. You are no longer aware of what's going on around you, and your mind starts to drift. You start seeing pictures of home, of your brother and the rest of your family. You see Remo training and fighting against threats to your village. Your mind transports back to the sharks that you encountered under the waters off the coast of Balantor, and how you sent them away after some other fish that you had encountered as a means to get them to try not to eat you and the rest of your friends. You see the face of each of your friends pass in front of you. Nemea, a look of unwavering determination on her face as she faces an unseen threat. You see Vix looking cocky and sure of themselves, but you sense that they are actually wearing a mask of confidence, and behind that there's fear and doubt. You see Quorus on his knees holding a broken body on the ground in front of him, his face clouded with grief and rage. And you see Edie wandering alone once again. Her skirts dirty and torn, bells missing or smashed. That vision fades and is replaced by the image of Loch Hilbrand as you saw it when you were flying with Nemea scouting the land. You see undead lumbering around, and at first it appears that there's no purpose, there's no order, there's no method to their madness. But then the vision clarifies, and you see that once what appeared to be no purpose now seems to be intentional and directed. As you focus on these creatures, you see the giant forms that you had seen from before. And their path that they're walking is a pattern. They follow an exact pattern, which corresponds with another of them. And as they walk, you realize that this is a search pattern, and they're looking for missing survivors themselves. In your mind, you see one of the giant creatures sharply turn their head at a sound, and you hear the sickening crack of bone and see their head tilt at an unnatural angle. Startled out of their hiding place, you see a smaller humanoid figure try to run, but it runs into the arms of the waiting second giant creature. A scream of terror pierces through the sky, and your unconscious mind hears it, and part of you recognizes you are currently seeing something that is happening right now. The giant figure drags the humanoid figure across the ground, headed towards the lock. The humanoid struggling, trying to resist against the pole, but to no avail, their fingers digging claw marks through the dirt as they are dragged onto the bridge, and you see fingernails pop off as it's dragged across the wood and stone. They're taken to the far island, and then you see one giant hold up the struggling figure And then he takes his other hand and reaches for their chest, and another scream rings out, but is cut short as the stomach is ripped out from this being. The giant pulls out the entrails and intestines and throws them into the lock. A giant form breaks the surface of the water and swallows the intestines as they start to settle and slowly sink to the bottom. The giant that's holding the now dead figure lays it down on the edge of the island. The blood and gore that gushes from their wound leaks into the water. As the blood and viscera run into the waters, you notice a slight shimmer. An unseen current pulls this blood and the shimmering essence towards the temple before disappearing under an embankment. Your eyes are drawn back to the water, and for a moment, nothing more happens. The giants walk away, leaving the body on the shore. After an undetermined amount of time, you see the body start to twitch and spasm. The unseeing eyes begin to take on a slight red hue, and the body sits up and stands and joins the search pattern. Your mind starts to try to force itself back to reality before you hear a voice whispering in your ear. That's not the only thing I needed you to see. Please stay with me. Do you allow your mind to re-enter the state? Or do you come back to reality?
I'll stay. Just a little longer. What?
Your eyes had started to focus, fog back and roll back into your head. Only the white's visible, as your mind races once more back to the waters of the loch. Soon you draw closer and closer to the water, and you see you are actually about to enter and break the surface of the waters. And at first your mind resists this idea, especially after what you just witnessed. But once more the voice calms you and says, please, trust. Will you trust the voice?
Can I somehow insight his voice?
You can.
I am rolling insight. Okay, the rolls are getting worse. That's a 15.
Based on your religion check that I had you secretly roll earlier, you recognize this as the nudging of Aruna. And you have known through your history that you have trusted them.
Okay, if that's Aruna, she'll do it. She's right now like shitting herself, but she'll do it.
Leaning into the trust of the relationship with your goddess that you've had, you allow yourself to break the surface of the water. And you're shocked that you are able to see, even though the water is murky and clouded. You're taken down through the waters towards the middle of the lake. The shadow of several large forms swim by you, and you catch the briefest glimpse of a finned tail designed for cutting through the water. Deeper and deeper you go before you finally reach the bottom. As you reach the bottom of the loch, I want you to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, come on. Okay, that is a 23.
You feel your eyes pulling you towards the center of the lake, and so you move. And you move effortlessly. Even though you're in water, your speed doesn't appear to be dampened at all. And you notice there's something sticking out of the mud. It gives off its own glow. It's a round item about the size of a pie tin. Though there's no light down here, this item itself gives off a glow, and you hear the voice whisper to you one more time. This is what I wanted to show you. This is where it all starts. And with that, your mind pulls back out of the water, out of the loch, out of the fountain of hope, and back to your body, where you come to and you realize you're hanging on, draped with your arms around Thorn's neck.
Rose, are you
See,
alright?
as I was standing there, we all noticed that she has this episode.
Yeah.
She.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
were behind her especially, you would have noticed her stumble and
Yeah.
then fall
like
after
that.
a couple minutes.
Nemea would have gone and just like tried to support her.
Yeah, I mean, I think
All
we're
of
definitely
you
gathered.
also would have
I think they're
heard,
all just surrounded her now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of you also would have heard the scream that came from over there.
Oh.
Rose, are you okay?
Rose. I'm back. Oh my
Where
gosh.
did you go?
I saw something. I saw something. Aruna, she contacted me, and it's the lake. It's by the island. It's the lake. They're making undead there. I saw someone become undead, get eaten by these giants, and it was happening right now. I feel it was happening right now as we walk. And not only that, but there's this thing at the bottom of that lake, something magical that apparently is the source of it.
We heard a scream.
Apparently the source of it all.
We heard a scream
think
from
it
deeper
was-
into the city. Did you? That was what you saw?
Yes, that was the person. There was the person that was trying to escape, and then there were these giants that took them and dragged them away and took out their intestines. Oh, it was
What did they look like?
terrible.
Yeah, what did they look like?
What did they look like, DM?
Looked like giants, just giants.
No, the
that
person.
rotted
Same ones
No, the
flesh.
person.
Oh, the
The
person.
person.
You couldn't
Oh.
tell. It was too hard to see. Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
In his head, RG is totally
I-
just like, it's his
I-
father, it's his father, it's his father.
I swear I am like everything is on the board, but I got a natural 20.
Yes.
I don't
Oh my
know.
God.
So that is my intelligence is I think +0, so that's just 20.
You in the moment you were so focused on everything, but you do recall that it was a female. And she appeared to have been wearing a high neck dress from what you saw, as she was being dragged, like the dress itself was being dragged up, and the nails that came
Ooh.
off were definitely more cultured and
It was a woman in a high neck dress. I don't know if that's anyone.
Fuck.
I really couldn't make out that much.
Does this...
Vix,
What is it?
wha-
Vix?
what's wrong?
I think that was Trim's wife.
Oh no! Did I just watch Trim's wife get killed?
I think that was the mayor to sell.
Maybe it's not. Maybe there's more than one person who likes a high neck dress. But if it's possible, can we make haste towards
Yeah,
there to
let's
investigate
go.
this further?
Did she happen to have an emerald brooch?
But I have seen an emerald brooch.
you
I
don't
I
recall if
see-
you saw one or not.
I don't know. I was more. With what was going on, I was more focused on everything around the giants and where they were. I'm sorry. I can't
Does,
say I
uh,
saw one.
Does Archie recall like any other like details about Tessel and like something that might be
It's Tessely is the name.
Tessely? Okay.
I mean, you recall everything about Tessely. You have that feature, so you have you know exactly what she looks like. But unfortunately, with her description, yeah, it sounds like it could be. You know that there are not a lot of people in this town who were known for dressing fancily. This is a working town more than a posh town. Her style of dress was not the norm here. Now you haven't been here for a while, So it's possible that others have come through. You also didn't know that she and Trim were married.
Yeah, so just to make sure, Tessely and Trim, like, is it the same person?
No.
You aren't sure.
But from when he was here, they
Archie
weren't.
is not aware of Tessely and Trim having a relationship.
Okay. Wait, Vix, did Vix say that out loud? The part about it being
Yeah.
Trim's
Yeah.
wife, probably.
And
Rose
then you asked
remarked about it. She was like, yeah.
And then you asked about Emerald Brooch, and Vix is like,
Yeah.
Wait, who was this that you're talking about?"
You said this is Trim's wife, the person I know to usually wear high neck dresses, Tessely Abelcrown. She was the mayor, if I'm remembering correctly, DM?
The Magister, yeah.
Okay. Magister of Loch Hilbrand.
Does that make sense that Trim, not to disparage Trim, but that she would be married to the Magister?
I don't know Trim that well. Unfortunately, I don't think I remember her, but our paths never really crossed that much. So I don't know. If possible.
Okay, if it was, this is really shitty, but we need to go.
No,
Yeah,
yes, we need to go.
We need to go right now.
But before, yes, the temple is definitely part of it. I saw this essence also go in the direction of the temple when whoever this was became undead.
If your goddess is reaching down from the heavens and guiding you towards the lake, I think we should probably check that out.
Yes, everyone, please be on your guard. Those giants, they were dangerous.
Definitely. Because I rolled, when I asked about that dex check, I rolled it, and I rolled a natural 1. So, if possible, I'd like to, in this moment, Archie switches to Bono's vision and just immediately trips and falls on his face. I'll be on high alert. Bam!
I also would like then, since you're holding on to Edie, make a dex saving throw to see if he pulls you down.
Oh.
Perhaps we should trust Bono to have control of his eyes.
You rolled an 8. As he falls, he just face plants and he kind of grabs you and pulls you down. You fall on top of him.
Sorry.
Amazing.
You're all good. And Edie's gonna, try and get up, but while kind of standing on top of him and all of her skirts, is trying to help him up. And so, they're just this big conglomerate mess of, fabric and body parts, just, trying to, just grabbing onto his arm and yanking upwards. That's going to help. I'm sorry. Here, let me get you. I'm sorry.
Archie's, pretty light, so you probably just, yank him up.
She has, a strength of, 6, I think, so it's...
Oh,
No,
okay.
my strength is 10 now.
Oh, yours is 10 now. Okay, who has a strength of 6?
Archie
That's
does.
your intelligence.
Archie,
My
I think
bad.
it's Archie.
Archie's strength is 6. Okay, so she's average strength. Okay, yeah, she's able to help you get up easily enough.
Okay. Thank you.
Once she gets untangled from her clothes.
Sorry about that. Okay, maybe I will just leave Bono to let us know if anything's coming.
Yeah. Let's hurry.
Right. And I'll just
What?
instruct Bono to fly and tell us if he sees any threats
Yeah.
now.
As we're walking, just one last thing. Not really the time to explore, but I also saw visions of most of you. Just not Archie. I saw really sad visions, I think, that might have already happened or are going to. But I'd really like to talk with you more about that later. All of you.
Let's do that. Let's do that in a little bit.
Yes, undead slaying
Yeah.
first, then therapy
Yes.
time.
Yes. I just thought I'd bring that up as well.
Thank you.
Just quietly gonna cast mage armor on myself. Realizing
You
I've never
guys-
done that.
Head across the town, this section of the town, to the gate that leads you into the Fountain of Hope area. And with that, we're going to take our break. So we will be back in 10 minutes. Go refresh, go refill, go whatever you need to do, and be back in 10 minutes to see what is going on the other side of the fence. We'll be back soon, guys. We're back. Edie was just about to get up and walk away. We're like, no,
my God.
Edie, you're going back. You gotta
Justin,
stay.
That made me
I
laugh
looked at
so
the
hard.
stream. I looked at the stream timer and I was like, I got a minute.
No, you do not.
Oh man, that made me laugh so hard immediately as we were going away from break.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody. We love you so much. When we went on break, the group had spent some time doing a short rest. Rose worked on training Thorn a little bit. There were some conversations had. Trim gave Vix a healing potion instead of a dagger to the ribs. And then they made a plan to go investigate the town on the other side of the wall. Contemplated going to the temple, but instead decided to go first towards the Fountain of Hope. As they left the guard post, Rose had a vision. During that vision, she witnessed the transformation of a humanoid female in a fancy dress, found and dragged through the street and then converted into a zombie, where their entrails were thrown into the lake. Something came up and ate the entrails. The essence and blood seemed to follow a current under the temple through some sort of under the embankment where the temple kind of overlooked. Then Rose was taken into the lake where they saw a round magical something possibly in the bottom of the lake. And then they had, once Rose came to, described what was happening, the party once more set out towards town. They were just getting ready to pass through one gate into the more commercial district, the more park, the more bazaar, like the area where they would have the bazaar. And that's where we're picking back up. So are you guys just walking up to the gate and going through, or what are you doing? I know you said you have Bono out flying ahead.
Yeah. I'll also ask Vix about that, to use that eye thing to scan if we definitively have something within range.
Yeah, Vix is holding it up with, like, they've got scimitar in one hand and they've got the Eye of Owl in the other one.
And
Yeah.
what's the range on that again?
100 feet.
Okay. How long are you going to wait?
Vix is just using it to, like, scan as we go. I think Vix isn't urging any sort of, like, let's wait and see. I think if it's not shaking around, if it's not going crazy, Vix is all in full.
As you approach the gate, there's no reaction to it as you approach the gate.
Let's keep moving.
And from above, like, I don't know how the visibility, or like if there's any elevation, but I've got Bono about like 80 feet up, and just,
Okay.
I'm not seeing through his eyes, but I think like I'll pop in every now and then just for like a few seconds for like a turn and just look around.
Make a perception check then, using his vision.
Alrighty. Keen hearing and sight. So 8 and 19. Perception plus 8. 22.
Okay. As you pass around, he does glimpse the gigantic forms lumbering about, and they appear to be moving around the entirety of the area. At this point in time, they are kind of like at opposite ends. One is more towards the twins, the islands that are down towards the bottom, and the other is up more towards the bazaar where all the tents and things are kind of completing their rotation. You do see a smaller form through his eyes that is kind of walking back and forth diagonal from the middle, kind of cutting through the fountain area. But nobody is anywhere near the gate right at this point in time. You also know from your experience and your time here that on the other side of this gate is pretty wide open. There is no cover, there is no anything outside of the bazaar, which is to the southeastish south area of you, and then the boathouse area. Those are really the only places of cover in this area. As it was a park, so it was designed to be open and enjoyed for people.
So just so I'm understanding correctly, like southeast of us, Bazaar, there's a giant. West of us, by the twins, there's a giant, and then something slightly smaller going between those 2 points.
Right. So right now they are down south towards that gate. And so basically one of them is walking a circle and the other's walking up and down.
And the Fountain of Hope is like in
Is
the
kind
middle.
of centralized, yeah.
Is there anything around that area, like around the Fountain of Hope?
Just the figures that you saw.
Okay. So I'll inform the group of that and ask them which way they want to head. Which way do you guys want to go?
So there's two big guys
You said they
patrolling.
were circling.
Yeah. I think it's quite good that they're split up right now. If we want to clear, then we might want to take them on one at a time.
So looking at that map that's now on the screen, they are over by the bridges, over by the red checkered tent, the blue striped tent, just to the southeast of the Fountain of Hope, and then the smaller form is down by just the southernmost point of the map.
Near that gate, the other gate.
Correct. Kind of, yes, but more
Hmm.
south of that, where the other L-shaped building is, the L-shaped blue roof building. They're more down in that area. And that's the Temple of Theirs.
The smaller figure is, it looks like it's in the search pattern as well. It's undead shambling.
It immediately joined in, yes, into its own parameters of the pattern. And in this case, it looks like it's walking, in the time that you glanced in, it looked like it was just walking in a line back towards the main gate.
Okay.
But it's on the far opposite end of the field right now.
And by smaller, is it like human size, like person size?
It is human size. It is safe to assume it's probably the shape that you just that Rose just saw converted.
Okay.
Hmm.
I kind of vote
Tessely / Trim's wife.
Oh,
if we go for her,
We don't know that.
and if we go for her, then the big ones might come in afterwards if we make any noise. I'm thinking we might want to hit one of the big ones hard and fast, and if it's still standing by the time anything else shows up, we've at least probably dealt with the majority of its power.
maybe the one by some of the tents?
Because we're coming in from that.
There.
We're coming in from that.
The gate that
to
you're
the
coming
north.
into is at the exactly.
Yeah.
I like.
So
the
right
idea
now,
of-
both giants are fairly equal distant
to
from you.
us.
One
Okay.
is just towards the lake, the other is down to the bazaar. The farthest
Try
thing
and
from
get
you
to the
is the
lake
smaller
as
human.
quickly as possible.
Oh,
Hang on. I thought we were doing the tower first. Why don't we just move along
no.
the wall and avoid that altogether?
I think we need to
It's
go
like a
to
vision, right?
whatever's at the bottom of that lake. We need to get it and figure out what it is. It could be what we need. I don't know if we can even go to the temple. That's my worry, that we're going to be assaulted by that psychic pain again.
And the last
Maybe.
thing, my word of caution is that we don't
You
want to rush ahead and then have these things come up from behind us.
Exactly. I agree with Vix. I think I'd like to take out the giant while it's alone, rather than fight one and it somehow calls the other.
If we want,
Yeah.
if we want to move closer to the water, since that seems to be our goal, we could go to the giant that's patrolling near the twins, take it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
That's a good
Patrol
idea.
pattern is counterclockwise, just so you are aware.
Okay.
And it's just like a
We'd be
circle
moving
around
into
the.
it then.
Correct. Yeah, the giants appear to be following the circular pattern counterclockwise. The humanoid figure is vertical, up and down pattern from the gate that you guys are at down to the southern fence and then back.
But
See if we
Rose,
can get to the water.
Yes?
didn't you say that when this person was killed, their essence went to the temple first and then they stood up?
Well, yeah, there was that, but I still think it is somehow related to that. I think I would feel more comfortable if we just checked it out first. If you want, we could try to, while we're walking past, try to go a little closer to the temple, but it's a risk. I don't want anyone to get hurt. It really hurt us when we flew by there. I don't want that to happen again, but if you want, we can try and inch a little closer. Just test that.
Two things. You said that you saw something in the water, so if we're gonna check out what's in the water, we're going to have to deal with what's also in the water. And you said that there was some kind of current taking the blood?
Yeah, there was this current.
Has Archie ever found like any underwater thingies? Like, I don't know how much they like played around in the lake or something, or like swimmed in there to that extent. If
There
they would know
was
of
a
any
swimming area that was like the lake had a dedicated swimming area for kids. There was never anything remotely like that before. Lakes have kind of their own like little ebb and flow, but nothing that would make sense for something to be pulled on a path towards anything. Like it seems like it was almost being suctioned from her vision. There's nothing like that in Archie's memory that would have related to that being a thing
but
that existed.
never any like little tunnel in that section to like
Not that
towards the
he would have
temple?
ever, not that he ever would have experienced.
Okay, so I'll just
The swimming
relay
area
that.
itself was closer to the twins and the fishing dock, or to the boat docks. It took it from the water, followed a path towards the temple, and then disappeared under the embankment by the temple.
Can I make an
So,
Arcana
So can you
check?
put can you put the map back up
Yeah.
real quick?
Yeah.
So up into where that little archipelago area is, that little small island by the temple, is kind of where she saw it sucked under.
Can I make an
And the
Arcana
swimming
check?
area is where all those white dots are. That's like kind of the roped off like area. Yes, what are you wanting to check?
To see if I've heard of anything about like blood being pulled somewhere and like a corpse being animated on the other side of that kind of like weird blood channel thing.
Okay. You can do that.
Dirty 20.
Okay. In your studies, blood is powerful. It obviously gives life, but also in a lot of practices, it seems to be it seems to have power for other sources. You've never heard of anything where like the channel having necessarily anything to do with it. So in your experience, the two may not be related, that it happened after they saw one that the other happened. It could just be a process that was followed, but you do know that historically people have had sacrifices made for strength for themselves or things of that nature, where they would utilize the blood of others to empower themselves.
Blood is powerful, and it's used to strengthen yourself if you know how to utilize it. I know we said we wanted to go for the temple. Theoretically, there's something beneath the lake that's causing all of this, but my concern is that if there's any survivors out here, they're being hunted down, picked up, and sacrificed. They are bolstering the strength of the thing that is killing them. We need to kill off these undead before more go into the slaughter, and maybe by doing so we actually starve out whatever is in the temple and make it weaker, easier to cleanse later.
Agreed. And I don't imagine this blood is just flowing into the side of the lake's bank into the sands. I feel like somehow, whether through the actual ground or whatever's in there, might have dug something.
This is
I feel
preternatural.
like-
Who wants to can do a nature check.
Ooh, can I?
Yeah, sure.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I will.
I don't.
Okay, 15.
19.
Hey.
Nature is an intelligence for some reason.
10.
If you rolled essentially a 13 or higher, you would know that, again, lakes have kind of their own like ebb and flow. They kind of have almost like a little tide type things, but there's nothing in a lake that should make something follow a path counter to that would go anywhere. With your familiarity with the lake, Archie, again, you're very certain that this is not a natural occurring thing. It's very intentional that something is drawing that essence from the water towards the temple.
I don't imagine blood flowing unnaturally is a mistake or something that just happens to be happening. I think we should investigate where it's going and what it's going towards. It might even give us a way to circumvent this black fog that seems to hurt, from Nemea's account, altogether.
Are you
Chorus,
okay with
you've
that,
been really
Nemea?
quiet. Yeah, whatever. Chorus, you haven't said anything.
Not to throw a wrench into things, but are we sure we should be following these random visions?
These aren't just random visions. These are visions from Aruna, the goddess of nature. She's helped me before. I trust her.
Of course, I
In
think
my
skepticism is healthy, but we did hear a scream that Rose witnessed. Doesn't mean what she saw was perfectly accurate, but it's something.
That concerns me too, though. What if that was something else trying to convince us? It seems rather fortuitous that we would have seen what was happening as it was happening. I'll follow you all, of course. I have some experience with the visions from the gods, and in my experience, they often don't work out.
Well, which gods? Aruna's only been honest so far. I trust her and, well, for now, all you have to do is just trust me. And
Of course.
that'll be enough.
Of course I trust you, Rose. I just also used to trust myself and the visions that I received. But if you are certain, I'm willing to follow.
Thank you.
From like religious texts or in the religious mythology, like, is there any like definitively good or bad relationship between Aruna and Dyrus?
Make a religion check.
I'd also like to do that if possible.
Sure.
I'll do it too.
8.
Meh.
8 plus 8, 16.
Oh.
You have a basic understanding, but I'll wait for everybody else.
I only got an 8.
15.
Okay. You have a basic understanding of. So for the 8, you just know that whatever. You're kind of confused on who's who.
They're
At
gods.
this moment, you're just so
They are.
busy focusing on the other side of the wall that you're not giving it a whole lot of thought right now. The two of you, Chorus and Archie, both Aruna and Dyrus lie on the neutral spectrum of their deityship, their alignment. So one is true neutral, the other is chaotic neutral, and sometimes they bump heads, but traditionally they kind of just like, you're fine. Like they don't have animosity towards one another, but generally storms and nature kind of go hand in hand, and so they complement one another more often than counter each other.
Is Dyrus the chaotic neutral one?
Actually,
No.
Dyrus is the true neutral.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Storms generally don't pick and choose; they just follow their path, and so he just kind of maintains that flow.
Makes sense. What if I might add, one god's temple is being kind of desecrated here. Maybe it's one god trying to help out another.
maybe. I have an idea.
Aruna is. Mm?
Sorry, just before the rotation of these giants, if we're gonna make a break for the water, there's not enough coverage for us to do that, so I need a distraction. And don't jump down my throat. I'm not volunteering.
No, Nemea,
I'm-
please.
I'm suggesting we use Thorn. He's massive. He can make a lot of noise, and he's fast. So send him in. If he's willing, give him a couple of minutes, get their attention, and we book it.
What do we need a distraction for?
The giants.
Why skip past them
I
rather
thought
than
we were
kill
gonna
them?
Take them out, yeah.
I can always ask Thorn if we want to go
Otherwise, we
straight
just
to.
go in and pick a fight, but we need to make a decision, and we need to make it now.
Yes. I think that whatever happens, Thorn is protected by the statue. Well, don't have it right now, but he becomes it. But either way, I think we need to do something about those giants. Even if it's not now, eventually.
Then let's take a vote.
Hey,
Whoever thinks we should kill the
You
giants.
stand there talking. Vix,
Yeah.
you notice the Eye of Isle now all of a sudden start like looking to the left and kind of starts tracking a form
Towards the south from us.
as well. It's south of you, yes. So it
Yeah.
starts looking and then starts like turning with the form as it's walking on the other side of the fence. And you then, after a few moments, start hearing a
Vix will just hold up the eye. Now seems like a good time to enact whatever plan we go with. Whoever wants to go ahead and kill this thing while it's here, vote now. Yes, that's my vote.
All right, fine.
Against
Let's
all
do
of
it.
us, it'll fall over in 2 seconds. Let's go. And Vix
Let's
is just
take it
charging
from
ahead.
afar first, while we
She's just-
can.
Oh,
yeah,
I want
she's.
to get some bonus actions in. I want to
Yeah.
get some.
We've got to get over the
From
fence.
afar while we have an advantage of range.
Ah! But Roses, as we're going up, I was going to just go up to Nemea and just kind of like go and like squeeze her hand, and be like, I know that it's quite a daunting task and hesitant. I was really, really scared seeing what they were doing to that woman, but we're strong, and you especially.
We're gonna get through this.
We are. I promise you that one way or the other, we're going to see the light of day.
Sure.
Can Rose do like a bit of an inside check into what's into Nemea? What's specifically
Yeah.
is troubling her? Oh, good rolls. Ah, yes. That is a 21.
Oh, why do we even bother rolling? I'm not trying to hide it. She's nervous.
Hmm,
She reckons
okay.
we're burning daylight. There's a giant walking straight past us. If we're gonna move, we've got to move now.
Yeah, can I ask a logistical question, DM? Like, one side of this park to the other, how long does it take to just walk it? Like, from the gate to the twins?
You're muted,
muted.
Dustin.
That's good because I was coughing and losing my brains. If you are walking just straight from the gate to the twins, it's probably a 5-ish minute walk, 5-10 minutes of just a leisurely pace. If you were moving at a faster clip, obviously you could do it faster.
Okay.
Well,
Got time.
just back with Nemea, just like, yeah, she's just going to go and just like once again just like show some support and ju- just just also as a little bit of like a extra oomph just for the next minute just cast guidance on the mayor
Oh.
as a little kind of like she'll like feel almost like this little like this warmth in her chest and for the next minute or so as Rose just kind of goes and just kind of pats her arm and just says, "I know that at the time it's we're gonna be good. It's all gonna be fine. We're gonna be able to take down that giant. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
if anyone can, it's you."
We all can, but let's go. Namae's gonna squeeze Rose's shoulder and then kneel beside the fence and cup her hands to give people a boost over. She'll probably
You
offer
can
it to
go
Chorus.
over, or there's a gate. It's up to you.
I think
Oh,
we
we
can
can
cross
go
the
right into the
gates.
gate.
Oh,
Yeah.
We went through
No,
the
you were still on the other.
doorway.
You were just standing there that whole time talking.
No. Well, Edie was already making her way to the water that entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was under the impression we had like
Oh,
gone
okay.
through the gate into the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
I figured
Okay.
we were walking.
I never
the
heard
opposite
that.
counterclockwise.
I'm sorry.
So I never heard you guys say that. That's why I said that you
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
the Eye
I
of
was like,
Isle
oh.
triggered. So if you guys were walking that whole time, that changes a whole lot of things.
I mean, we
Yeah, I
could
thought
we
we were
could
still
say
waiting
that
outside,
Because-
waiting for that rotation.
yeah, since we didn't communicate that, we could say that we were at the gate planning and that now we've gone in.
Yeah.
Yes. I say when we
Yeah,
voted
just-
is when we started walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, right when you were voting was right when there was a giant like right in front of your gate.
After the
Oh.
vote went, Vix did take off in that direction. They're moving.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
the vote,
Right.
we were going
God.
towards the giant.
Well, then as you step in, there's a giant right in front of you.
Let's do
Attack.
this.
Wait, so is it at the gate, the gate that goes to the plane,
Yeah.
like the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right at the gate that you guys were on the other side of. It was so that whole time you guys were talking, they were circling. Then when you by the time you guys took your vote, he was right at like the gate. And then it's like if we made the vote, I walked right through. The giant's right there, right in front of you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we've got to go. We've got to move now. Like, it's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's right there.
Rolling initiative then, I guess, right?
Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Not bad.
Let's start with Chorus. What did you roll? Sorry, what was that?
Oh no.
I'm muted. 21.
Hey, Edie.
6.
Oh.
Vix.
18.
Nemea.
22 with a natural 20.
Wow.
Rose.
16.
Archie.
22 with a natural 15.
All right.
Yeah, I love this chronology wizard. Oh
Alright.
man.
Alright, let's
But I think your dex is higher.
Mm.
What's your dexterity? Or how do you guys usually do this?
It has. I mean, I have you going first. But you guys can switch if you'd prefer.
Do you want to do it
You
by
guys are both
dexterity or do
first.
you want to roll off
It's
first?
so the order that I have right now is Archie, Nemea, Chorus, Vix, then the giant.
Yeah, it's just because me and Nemea got the 22. Do you want to go first, Nemea? Or should we do it by dexterity?
I'll go
or-
first.
Okay, you go first.
I'll go first.
Real quick, as we were like taking off, Chorus would have cast Zephyr Strike on himself, just like prepping since we were going to go into battle. So right before
Totally
that.
fine. So Matt, let's pull up that map.
Yeah. How big is the giant?
This is it is a huge figure, so 3 by
15
3.
feet. Yep. The squares are going to be
yeah.
hard to see. We're
So our normal map system that we use is not available today. So we are, and this map that we're using is, I couldn't, figure out where you guys were going to fight things. So just pretend you're on the other side of the gate.
So
But you guys would literally be like right on top of it. So you guys would be like,
I figure we were
And let's
further
go
away since
more
it does
towards-
100 feet. So this would be.
Well,
I am 35 feet
yes,
away
but
at this.
you detected it coming up the fence, and it's walking the perimeter. So it's when you guys ran through, he was like right on the other side of the gate. So
I
he
think
was
it's-
not. You should. So I would say everybody be in the right corner. So at least we're coming from the right direction.
Yeah, I think it's mirrored, Matt. So we'd be coming from the other side.
Okay. Ah!
Please forgive us as we're using a system we don't usually use.
I thought it would be coming from. We are on the left corner. It is coming from. If north is north,
That's what I thought too.
it's coming from this direction.
It is, but you guys were still on the other side of the wall, which is in the northeast corner.
So
Like in
here's the gate.
residential area.
That's the gate to the north. The marketplace
Right.
is to this direction, southeast.
Right.
So on the battle map, it is to
But-
the southeast of us. It's mirrored in Discord.
Cor-
Don't look at Discord.
Yes.
Where should I look? Because I'm looking on Twitch
Twitch.
and it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the
one.
same.
No, it's that's the
It- it
southeast
is.
though.
So ultimately, we're wasting
Yeah,
too much time
Yeah.
discussing
Yeah.
where they are. He's still closer
We
to
are
you.
in the correct spot compared to the map if you look at it in general.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it
it's
doesn't matter.
it's literally
Ultimately,
the
it
same
doesn't matter.
orientation.
Because
Yeah,
where you guys
exactly.
are at, because the map is not where you guys are actually at. That's just I can't make the whole thing a battle map. So I made a map of thinking, where might they encounter it? So that was just my best guess. So this map is not really representative of where you guys are at. You guys are actually by the gate.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So ultimately, it doesn't matter. But the giant is right up against you. He's not 100
Yeah.
feet away from you.
I'm fighting a giant in an open field. It's okay.
is 50 feet good, or would it be closer than that?
He would be essentially. He was just right by the entrance. He was making his.
How
leap
many feet away
when
from
you
us
guys
is he?
stepped through. Probably like 10, 15.
There we go. Thank you. Ah!
All right, and Nemea, you are up first, then, right? That's what you guys decided.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's gonna let out a guttural snarl, rage, and she's going to take to the air. So I'm 5 feet above it. I want to try and get behind its head, and I'm declaring my claws.
Before you
abs-
start, any creature that was within 10 feet of him to start, I need a con saving throw, please.
Oh, of course you do.
So, would we
All of us.
all be in that, or are some of us like
If
in
you
the back?
if you were all bunched together, you would be. If some of you would have laid back, then some
Well-
of you might be outside of that range.
I think
I wanted to hit this from range, so I'd like to be at the
Then
back.
you could be from
if I-
range.
Yeah. So as I have it on the map, it's just me and Rose.
okay.
So then you and so we'll have that on your turn, Nemea. You're fine to go ahead and continue.
Yep. Oh, I rolled anyway because I rushed at it. I got a 24 for con save.
Okay, you're fine.
Beautiful. So I want to use however much movement I need to get up, try and fly behind it, and I just want to try and absolutely shred its neck and spinal cord. Claws. D6. Come here. So first attack. Hit 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Second, natural 20
Nice.
for 26. So it'll be 6, 7.
Does
Um,
Nemea have
what's
brutal
it?
crit?
She doesn't.
Hang on, so that's 7. What's 7 plus 5? 12.
12.
So 12 points for second attack, and then because my claws I get to make 2 attacks, so then now it's my additional attack, and that's going to be an 18 to hit,
Hits.
and another 11 points.
So with your natural 20, did you do the double? So you did the max damage of one set of dice, then rolled, and then added your bonuses and everything?
Yes, so I
Nice.
rolled, so it was 6, and then I rolled a 1.
Okay, perfect. So as you just fly around it, it kind of tries to follow you, and you notice that this one's head is kind of like twisted like this, as like it's as the joint supporting it's no longer like fully in place, and you just fly around and just tear it shreds. And as you pull back, you see just like rotted flesh chunks hanging from your claws. Does that end your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Archie, you're up.
Okay, so I want to try and go up, like directly above it on the map, but within 30 feet.
Okay. There's not room with where you guys were at on this side of the wall, because you would have been on the other side of the wall to be 30 feet away from it. When you guys just came through the gate again, he was like right there. You only have about 15 feet of space on that side of the wall. So you'd have to go either east or, well, you'd have to go like southwest to give yourself room to get that far away.
Can I kind of just like back through the gate? if it's open? I don't know if we opened it.
I would assume you would have had to open it to walk through.
Yeah, so could I just back up that
you
direction?
can. He'll have partial coverage with the gate being on your side, but what are you doing?
Okay, no, then I'll just get like as far as I can from him, max being 30 feet, with having a line of sight, like a good line of sight for a shot, and I'm gonna do a firebolt.
Okay.
And also this is within 30 feet. All my things are within 30 feet. And telekinetic shove, I don't think it says a size, but this dude's probably got one hefty strength score. But let me do the firebolt first. So just do an attack roll. It's a natural 3. 11 to hit.
Fortunately, that misses.
Okay.
As the
and
firebolt
then-
hits, it seems to like glance off some hide leather type armor that it's got wrapped around it.
Did I see any like aura around it that con save was for? Is there anything like visible for that?
Just you didn't even have to do it because you weren't close enough, so you didn't.
Yeah. I just mean, is there like an aura of heat or something coming off of this thing, or that's not something visible?
Not anything visible.
Okay, then that's it for Archie.
Okay. All right. Then up next is Chorus. Vix, you're on deck.
Cool. Chorus is going to run in with Eulogy. Just hack away at this thing's shins and ankles as best he can.
Okay.
And I have advantage on the attack because of the Zephyr Strike. So the first attack.
And Nemea is behind it already and countering it, so you'd have that anyway.
Okay, cool. First attack is just an 11, which I think you just said doesn't
Unfortunately,
hit.
11 misses, yeah.
Horrible rolls with advantage. That's okay. Second attack will be just a flat roll.
It'd still be an advantage because she's flanking.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's much better. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. And then I guess also using my bonus action this turn to do Planar Warrior. So extra D8 there. So total, that is...
So the Zephyr Strike that you did, wasn't that your bonus action previously?
That was like, I cast that like rolling in, like before we got into battle, if that's cool.
Okay.
Like he would have
That's fine.
cast that like as we were starting.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then, cool. So that is 14 points of damage, all force
Nice.
damage.
So as you cut into him, you notice that again the force ruptures, and you see like a blown out vein kind of like in his leg pop out. Doesn't really seem to notice it too much, but it's like flopping around now like a little bit. All right, is that end your turn?
That's my turn.
Vix?
Yeah.
Vix, you're up. Go ahead and make that con save for me.
Okay. Nah, fail.
Okay. What'd you roll?
A 4.
Yeah, that fails. So you find yourself starting to seize up, like your muscles are. You're not like getting paralyzed, but you cannot make more than one attack, and you cannot take a bonus action. So you may only make one action.
It finally has a melee weapon.
I know.
Ah.
I finally get to do cool shit, and then I don't get to do cool shit. So, fuck you, I'm moving away from you. If it provokes an AOO, I was within 10 feet of it, so I don't know what its reach is. Okay.
It is 10 feet, so it's going to reach out and swing at you, and that is a 28 to hit.
Sure.
Can I use my sentinel reaction?
Yeah.
What does that do?
She
So
gets to
when
attack
a
it.
creature within 5 feet of me makes an attack against a target other than me, I can use my reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature.
I mean, I guess so, yeah. There's no reason that I could think that you wouldn't. This is their reaction, but you're welcome to do so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use
So
my reaction and do that.
They do 12 points of bludgeoning damage against you, Vix. As they
Ow.
just brush, like with a fist.
Goodbye, bear HP.
How long does that last?
Oh, we still have that.
It's,
Yeah, we-
It's temp. It just says it's temp HP. So I
Until
think
long
it-
rest, then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Do we want
Um,
to attract
I
more
got an
attention?
18.
Oh, sorry.
What was that, Nemea?
I got an 18 for my sentinel
That'll
attack.
hit. That'll hit.
8 points of slashing damage.
Perfect.
Nice.
And then, Vix, you still have your action
Yes.
now that you've been attacked.
Do we want to attract more attention to ourselves? Lure more here. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
No.
Seems like a handful.
Is that your free action? What's your action?
Okay. I'm getting the consensus was no there, in which case I'll just shoot it with
Yeah.
a short bow. Super hit, 25. To hit.
Super hits.
Ooh, max damage, 11 points of piercing damage.
Nice. So your bolt, you draw back on the arrow, just like still suffering a little bit, and not only your body is bruised, but your ego is a little bruised there, and you take advantage of your anger and your focus, and you draw and you shoot, and the arrow sticks right in like a spot between like hides and things like that on its midsection, and goes in about 4 inches deep into its ribs.
Big pin
Does that
cushion.
end your turn?
Yep, that's it.
All right, the giant is going to turn and look at Nemea, and it is going to reach out with one of its actions and try to grab you. Nemea?
Yeah.
So I need a contested strength check here, or a grapple.
Athletics, and you have
Okay.
advantage because you're raging.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yep. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Wait, is it a strength check?
It's
So just
athletics.
natural?
It's athletics, yeah.
Oh, that's so much better. I got a 17.
They got a 19.
Damn it.
So with their first action, they reach out and they just grab you in their hand. Now for their next 2 actions combined, they are going to try to grab your midsection. This is a well, you heard from Rose.
Yep.
Oh.
That is a
Yep.
27.
Ah.
So they
Mhm.
have you, and they're starting to squeeze and pull. At this point, all you're doing is taking some damage. Nothing more has happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
That is 8 points of damage reduced to 4.
Cool.
That ends their turn because they used 3 actions to do that. The next turn is the other giant, who is now at the far end of the field, and he starts making his way, drawn by the scuffle, towards you guys. It's going to take him a couple turns to get there. But their movement speed is 40 feet plus 40 feet for a dash, so 80 feet per round. So it'll probably take them about 2 to 3 rounds to get to you. Rose,
Oy.
you are up. Edie, you are on deck.
Okay. So she at the end of her turn, she'd do the thing with Thorn, but seeing the mayor in this precarious situation, I'll keep track of all of this, but she's gonna conjure animals. So she was gonna conjure 4 beasts of CR half or lower, so I'm gonna roll for that.
Okay.
Let's see what I get. Ooh, okay. So as she goes and waves her arms around and summons creatures, 4 war horses apparate.
War horse!
Yes, and surround this giant. I can summon them anywhere, I think, within range. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, within range,
So are you
60
summoning
feet.
them right around him?
Yeah, if
Then
possible.
I need a con save from all of them.
Ah, no, okay. That is a fail, that's a natural 3. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the warhorse quick, because I didn't have that yet. All right, so the next one is a 13.
Vix, do we have tokens we can use for the war horses?
Yep, I'm working on it.
Okay, the next one is a 16.
Fail.
Oh my goodness. And the last one is also a 16.
So all
Poor
fail, so they
horses.
can all only take a single action. They cannot take a bonus action or make a multi-attack.
Okay.
I don't know what options they have, but
How many horses?
Yeah.
Sorry.
4.
4. Oh, good
They're the
lord.
4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen. Nailed it.
Yes.
I'm gonna use stag tokens. How big are they? Are they medium?
They're large, I think.
They're large beasts.
Oh, jeez. Well, all right then.
Stop horsing around.
Absolutely not.
Oh man. And then so with that, so that is Rose's action. Oh yeah, for Rose's con save, she got a what was it? Yeah, it was a dirty 20.
You succeeded.
Yeah. And I just need to roll initiative for these guys. I rolled natural 20, so their initiative will still come around.
Also 22.
No, theirs is 21. They're with their decks.
So they will be after Archie in the initiative order normally.
Does
Yeah.
that look good for their
But for now,
positions?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
That looks good.
Just all the giant tokens.
Yeah, so she'll do that with her action, and then with her,
Okay.
if possible as well, she'll go switch out her wand for the scimitar, and just keep that in hand. And I think she'll just like if possible back 5 feet away for now.
Okay.
Can't really do
Does
too
that
much
end
else.
your turn?
That's
All
it.
right. Edie, you are on deck.
Not to be the bearer of bad news, but that would provoke.
They already used their attack of opportunity.
It was their turn after mine, so they got it back.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. And they would absolutely
Take
lose
it.
because they don't plan ahead.
Take it out on
That
me,
is a
not on my
27.
friends. Oh wow, yeah. Absolutely.
It's one of those combats where Dustin doesn't roll below a 15.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage, just as they
Yep.
club across your back with their giant fist.
Ow.
Every combat that we have.
Oh, that's
Alright.
mainly directed at you, Horace. But last week when
True.
you weren't here, you didn't even get hit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know.
all right, Edie, you are up.
Is it the arrow or the shooter?
Please cast spiritual weapon to the left of the giant, please.
Which will be a different token than normal, but yes, you can.
Yup. All the tokens.
All my tokens are unavailable to you.
Oh no.
He's not even on here. Thought I was missing
11 to hit.
How dare
It's
you?
not gonna hit. She
Is
doesn't
what?
hit. 11.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
No.
Hmm.
Convicts.
So she'll just pull out her bow and give her that a go as well
Perfect.
as her action. Nope,
Give it a shot.
natural one.
Oh my
Naturally, okay.
gosh.
So, roll
No.
a d. Let's roll a d6.
4.
So, as you try to take the shot, the arrow actually snaps up and slices down your face, and you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Because my natural ones for attacks have consequences, just like a natural 20 has a bonus. What?
Did you do something to my bow?
I did nothing of the sort. I feel the god of this game has decided to spring the rule on us.
That's been the rule all along. My bad guys do it too. They hurt themselves all the time. How many of my bad guys have swung and stabbed themselves?
Oh, that's the end of
All
my
right.
turn.
All right. Up next is the smaller zombie. It is still a goodly distance away, but it has now started making its way towards you. It has a speed of 20 feet, so it will still also take about 3 rounds to get to you at its slower speed.
Have we attracted
It
the
was-
attention of everything in this field?
I know.
Fighting's not generally quiet. Especially when somebody's raging. It's hard to rage silently.
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose it is
Um,
a dead, quiet city because everything's dead or hiding.
Exactly. Nemea, you are up again. You are currently being grasped and held and having your abdomen crushed by the squeezing hand of this giant.
I'm
The
gonna.
skull token is perfect for this, by the way, for the undead zombie giant thing.
Yep, it's the undead type token.
I'm gonna bend an action to try and break free.
Let's do it. Contested grapple strength check thing.
Oh yeah, no, he succeeds.
You do have
Did you roll?
advantage, Nemea.
You have advantage, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh my
rolled two
God.
twos.
Ugh.
Oh no.
You
Yeah,
too.
he holds
Ouch.
on. Oh, but do make a con save, please, as well.
Oh,
So, because she's succeeded on last time, does she still have to?
Every single turn as you start your turn within 10 feet.
Ugh.
Ah.
oh shit, con save. 16.
You fail.
Yep.
You now feel your body starting to tense up. You cannot take more than one attack or and you cannot take a bonus action. Sorry, the creature can't make more than one attack or take a bonus action on that turn. Yeah, so you can only take one attack, and you use that action to try to break free. That ends your turn.
Yep.
Archie, you're up.
Technically,
Technically, what? Sorry.
my rage, that would still count as keeping my rage active.
Yeah. Well, you took damage,
Yeah.
Yep, cool, that's fine.
so
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
For-
Archie, you're up.
am I the token that's furthest to the top left?
Yes.
Okay,
The book.
just, yeah.
And that's
for
within-
tactical
That is within
reasons.
30 feet of the giant.
Yeah, for planning reasons, can I clarify, where is the wall here? Like, the fence?
So there is one that would be like right behind you. So again, this map is flipped for some reason, apparently. But so the map, you guys would have come in, so the wall would have been you're right against your back, and it would be at a joint. So
Based on what Dustin said, the map is the wall. The areas of the map.
The end of the
The
map.
edge of the map
Right,
is the
'cause-
wall.
the battle map I made was more centralized of the field because I didn't know where things were going to happen or how you were going to do things. I had to just estimate.
Okay, and I just wanted to make sure I'm not blocked for what's coming next. And do we see the other giant that's coming?
He's not tiny, so I mean, if you were looking for him, if you want to take an action to look for him, you can.
I don't want to.
I'll say a bonus action.
Like,
He's far enough away that he's not. Again, he was on the other side completely of the field, so he's at 80 feet a turn. Going to still take like 3 turns to get to you.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a Pythagoras question here, but with Archie's like intelligence, math, and physics, nah, this is too much. Next round, I'm just going to try to. Am I within 30 feet of Nemea?
You'd have to move closer.
Yeah, you'd have to move closer, and she's being grappled right now.
Okay. If I can move like the minimum amount I need to be within 30 feet of Nemea.
You'd have to be within
Then,
15 feet of it.
Yeah.
Like right
sure.
there.
Yeah.
Could I move like up and right along this row of tokens and just be, yeah.
Like this way?
Yeah, like if I'm within 30 feet of her over there, I want to try to get her out of the grapple with a force movement telekinetic shove, if possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll. This would be contested.
Well, if she wants to, she can fail, but is it contested by the giants?
Yeah, absolutely. He's
Okay.
He's not about to let his sacrifice go.
It's usually a
No.
saving throw, but I'm happy to roll contested.
Yeah, this would just be contested because she's
Okay.
not. You're trying to force her out, but he's holding on to it.
Okay.
So unless you're
Alright.
trying to telekinetically shove his hand open, kind of thing, but which doesn't sound. You're trying to shove her away.
Yeah, I'm trying to like almost like
Right. So
you know,
you're trying to out strengthen him at this point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get her out of his grips anyhow. So should I just roll and add intelligence or?
Whatever your modifier would be for that attack. Yeah.
Alrighty. Ooh. Am I adding proficiency bonus to this?
Whatever your spell attack modifier is, we'll say for this.
Okay, yeah, then it's 17.
Against a 22. So he
Oof.
holds on.
Okay. I tried. And then for the action, I will firebolt.
Okay.
And the distance on this, we're good on that. So that is... Okay, that is 21.
Hits.
Sorry, 22.
It hits.
Alright, hey... 7 and 5, my math. 12 points of fire damage.
Ouch. Nice. So as your firebolt just rips into him, he starts like smoking a little bit. Nemea, you're smelling this burning, rotting flesh.
Yeah, that's it from me.
All right. Then, Chorus, you are up, followed by Vix. Chorus, if you are within.
Would it
10
be
feet, I
the
need-
war horses?
Yeah. They both have 21.
Then
So the war horses
they can
can
go
go.
after.
That's yeah.
Oh, I don't mind.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Let's it.
I'll go.
Yeah, Chorus, go ahead, but make your con
Okay.
save.
No, that's a 9.
Okay. So you get one action, one attack,
Hmm.
and no bonus action.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
Gotta neutralize you guys somehow.
And you guys wanted to fight it.
Sorry, guys. I just reconnected. Yeah, I can do the
Oh, he
wall
already.
attacks.
Hold on, Chorus.
Uh,
Chorus is doing his. So just a sec.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Technical.
Hey.
And that's the story of how I found out that I love kombucha.
Haley looked
It's
so
a great
shocked
story.
for a second there as we were going back. That was hilarious. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
so Chorus, you are about to take your action, and you asked while we were away if you could utilize a bonus action as your action, and I ruled in this instance, yes, we can, because I think it makes sense for you to be able to still make that an action.
Cool. So I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike, specifically so that I can use the don't take opportunity attacks portion of it as an action, and then run. I still have movement, right?
Yeah, you can still
I just
move.
don't have my I just don't have my extra action or my bonus action. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So I run 30 feet away.
Okay, run away.
Run!
All right, that ends your turn. Vix, you are. Oh, sorry, the ponies are on deck, the war horses,
Yes.
and they've
yes,
already
yes.
failed their con save.
Real quick,
So they
Chorus,
get
are you
one
running
action.
just like southwest?
Towards the rest of the group, probably,
Okay.
or like a little away, like just straight west, just to make it that. There
Like
we go.
that?
Perfect.
Okay,
Yep.
straight west. I'll move you back. There we go. Sorry.
This is gonna end up being that meme where like they open the door and then they see what's on the other side and they just close it back
Yep.
immediately.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
So what do the war
so
horses
they-
do with their one action?
So they're going to each make an attack.
Okay.
Okay, so would you say I think 2 of them are flanking?
I'll give them all flanking because they were surrounded by. So
Yeah.
at least 2 of them are flanking. No, they're surrounded enough. I will give them all flanking. It's
Okay,
stupid to.
okay.
And they
If you have
could
5
move
people
around.
around you, you're not paying. Yeah, and you're not paying attention properly if you have 5 people around you trying to fight you.
Yeah.
You're not like on guard against. I think
Yeah.
that's
Okay. Just good to know. Okay, so the first one is a so they each get 1 attack, but the one has a 25 to hit.
hits.
The second one is another 25 to hit.
Hits.
Another one is 24 to
Hits.
hit.
Dang.
And then a natural 20 on the last pony.
What on earth?
Ponies
Oh,
of
yeah.
death.
They are the 4 horsemen. What is this
The
nonsense?
apocalypse.
Okay, I am going to go and see if I can
Rose,
take.
you've been rolling really high all night. I need that to stop.
No, don't stop.
Don't worry,
please.
it'll come back to bite me in
We'll
another.
shift on your natural 20.
Yeah. Okay. So let me quickly see if I can find that. So they all hit, and then with the one that did the crit, that is the full. Yeah. So the average for the war horse is 11. Yeah, 11 damage. So
For each of them, so 44 for the. Or no, 33 for the. Is that what
33.
you're saying?
And
Okay.
then for the one that had the crit, max is 16.
I'll have you roll, so you'll still take the.
Okay.
You'll take the top number and then roll whatever their damage dice is.
Okay, for the crit. Oh. Okay, that is. My dice are just flying. So that is. I rolled 9 plus 4. So that's
13.
13. 13 plus the 16.
13 plus 16.
You mean plus 12? It's 2
Oh, plus 12, yeah.
What is
Yeah.
what is
Oh, yeah,
what is
yeah,
okay?
no, yeah,
What is
plus
their
12.
what is their
Oh, yeah,
what is
yeah,
their
never
attack?
mind.
Is it 2d6?
Yeah, plus 12. Yes, 2d6, sorry. I was.
So okay, so
confused.
and
Plus
you
12, yeah.
rolled. You,
I
okay, so you
rolled.
rolled.
Yeah,
Okay,
25.
let me
total.
talk with her. So you rolled a 6 and a 9, or a 6 and a 3.
6 and a
Their
3
modifier is what?
is plus 4.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes, so that's
All right.
25.
So as the horse is just boom, it starts to tear big gouges with their hooves in their flesh, and you see this. He's looking really rough.
Okay. They're just gonna
That
stay there.
ends-
That's all they can
Yeah,
do.
that ends their turn. Vix, you're up.
Am I still coughing slowiness?
If you are outside of the 10-foot range, you are free.
Okay, good. It's not hanging around. I am going to, with passive perception of 13, do I notice that other big dude is moving this way?
If you're just trying to, like, you wouldn't notice it unless you actively looked to see. So it's not like in your immediate peripheral, because it was like 240 feet away. So if you actively, like, take, a moment to look, you would see it coming.
Okay, then I'm not doing that. That is a waste of an action when I could just be shoosting. Hopefully it's got a low AC. 11.
Unfortunately, does not hit.
Ugh. Second attack. That is going to be a 22.
That does hit.
Another max damage, 11 points of piercing.
Nice. So once again, like, your first arrow, like, bounces off their armor. The second arrow finds its purchase right in the side of its neck. It's starting to look really, really hurt.
I'm going to move a little bit further away, and that is it for me.
All right. That ends your turn. The giant is up. Nemea. He is going to continue his crushing of your abdomen.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 22.
Yep.
Where's my DC? There's the DC. Okay. That's going to be 12 points reduced to 6 because you are still raging.
Yep.
And then he is going to pull his fingers out, and this, you see there's actually, like, wounds, like open wounds on your sides from his crushing, and he's going to move and try to punch you while he's holding onto you with his other hand.
That's rude.
That is another 22.
Yep.
For 8 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 4, as he's just trying to, like, knock you senseless a little bit here.
Cool.
That is going to end his turn because he's not going to try to run. He's not smart enough to think about those things. The other giant will take its action bonus, or its movement and action to come closer. All of you now with your passive perception would see it coming into the field of play. It's still about 80 feet away, so it will arrive in its next turn. Rose, you are up. Edie, you are on deck.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, I think Rose is going to go and she actually is going to just take a a huge breath, look at the horses and just be like, you can do this for Aruna, and then she's just gonna run forward with the scimitar and try and do a slash, try it out on the
Okay, go ahead and make your
giant.
attack. With all the natural
Okay.
20s you've been rolling today.
Okay, that is that's a 17 to hit.
That hits. Good roll damage.
Alright, scimitar, let's roll there. That is 5 points of slashing damage as she goes and lunges out with the scimitar and slashes into it, like probably its like ankle.
As you cut into its Achilles tendon, it starts to drop to its knees and fall to the ground. But just before it hits, it sticks its hand to the ground. The other one's still clutching onto Nemea, and starts to pull itself back up.
Okay, and then I just wanna clarify, on D&D Beyond it says 2-weapon fighting, I think.
You have
can
to have
make
a
different
bonus,
one.
like offhand weapon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I already gave away my other scimitar. Okay, that's fine.
She come in here.
And No, that'll be her turn. She unfortunately doesn't have her spirit totems, but it was worth it for Thorn.
All right, perfect.
Oh,
Edie,
but
you are
actually, that's something as well. Thorn, she'll sick Thorn. I've completely forgot previous round. Thorn is also.
He's just
attacking
sitting there like,
this
what do you wait? What do you wait? Okay, I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait my turn.
go. Sorry, Thorn is just like sitting there like a good boy. Like, go.
Tail just
And
thumping in the grass.
Yeah. I'd like to imagine they like ran up to the giant together, like when she had her like scimitar, like was just like gathering the bravery, and then Thorn as well just kind of ran up.
Okay. What's
Um,
the attack then that Thorn's gonna do?
He's just going to do his bite. Let me just double check. So many stat blocks. He has pack tactics, so
And they're all,
okay.
I mean, he's flying, everybody
Get
flanked
him.
up the butt, so.
Yeah, he's gonna do his bite. So that is a 18 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That is. Ooh. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Once again, like, Thorn, like, rips into where you slashed with your saber, or your scimitar, and pulls, and you see the actual, like, tendon pop. On a normal being, this would be just a mortal wound. It would just, ripping out their arteries. Luckily, this is not a normal being, and the giant, once again, like, shrugs and keeps going. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Edie, you're up.
He's going to take a swing with her spiritual weapon.
Spiritual
Get it!
weapon.
Woo.
22 to hit.
That hits.
So that's one of these ones. Oh, that's 10 damage
Okay.
with the spiritual weapon, and she's going to just take another shot with her bow.
Okay.
(21) to hit,
That'll hit.
and then it is a d6. 8 damage with the bow.
So each blow seems like it should be enough to finish the creature, and then it just keeps fighting against falling. You're doing damage, but it just is resisting the call to death. Up next, does that end your turn? Oh wait, were you right up against it? You were doing it from a distance, correct? It was your spiritual
doing
weapon,
from a
but you're
distance.
ranged. Perfect. Okay, up next, the zombie's turn. The littler zombie, it continues its motion. It's now within 40 feet. So you all see that one as well coming within range, but that ends its turn. Nemea, you are up. You are held. Make a con save for me, please.
Did you say the smaller one was within 40 feet?
It is now 40 feet away from the big one. Yes,
Okay. I'll add it to the map.
Dirty 20.
that succeeds. You are no longer considered numb, so you can have all your actions, but you are grappled still.
Okay. Are my arms pinned?
He's kind of holding you like around the ribs, so he can have access to your stomach. So your arms are still free to.
Alright,
So like think like a child that grabs a doll, their arms are flapping around over the tops of the fingers.
yeah. Wings are flailing, tails whipping.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna recklessly shred at its arm. I'm not gonna bother trying to break it. That's amazing. First attack is 23.
Hits.
Second attack,
Roll your damage
24. Oh, okay.
because
Um,
he's right on the cusp.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Equals T6. Shit. 5. Math. 8
Okay.
points for first attack.
Okay.
Second attack was 24.
Okay.
So that is another 8. And
Okay.
then these ones I'm now doing recklessly. So last 2 attacks and this attack are now reckless. And that is going
You
to
don't
be...
need to be reckless because he's already flanked, so you'd have advantage.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm doing it reckless regardless.
You? Okay.
Yeah, me. So that's last one is a 19.
Yeah. Hits.
Beautiful. 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Each one of your slashes, again, you cut across his jugular, you cut across the arteries and stuff in his neck and in his arms, and he's just slashing, and any other creature would fall. And he just keeps resisting, and he's just fighting and trying to stay alive. You do a ton of damage, but ultimately he's not let go. All right.
Just let that
That
roar.
ends your turn. Archie, you're up.
Arjun, you're on mute.
Archie.
Sorry about that. Did the other big one come closer?
He is they're both about 40 feet or so away now.
Okay. At that point, then, if I can get them all, because it's a 40-foot cube, I want to cast slow on all of them, all three of them.
So they're not
You'll-
within. Yeah, you'll get like literally everybody.
Well, I
in
can.
that.
It's choices, creatures of my choice within that. It's just 6 creatures of your choice within the 40-foot cube.
Are they within the range of that based on the?
Well, it's a 40-foot cube. They're
Right.
40 feet.
40 feet was kind of I'm just based on where they were coming from. 40 feet was kind of like hey, this is roughly because again we're working with maps that I have not.
Okay.
If you
Can
was the big, did you say
So
the
they're
big one
about-
was 80 feet away from the other big one right now, or was it 40 feet
Yeah.
away? I heard 80.
So he's 80 feet. Okay, yeah. So the small one is 40 feet away. The big one is 80 feet away.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
thought
I was
they were
thinking
both.
one turn.
So the
It's
most,
one more turn for them both to get there.
yeah. So the most that you could
Okay.
get is the big one and the small one, or the other, maybe the other big one and small one. But
Okay, I thought they were both 40 feet away from our current
Sorry.
big one.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Without being able to see him, it's hard to keep track sometimes.
Yeah. Then I'm going to first try again to bonus action telekinetic shove Nemea out of this grapple, because poor Nemea has been in there the whole time.
Aw.
So I think another contest.
Okay.
Okay. What's the total of this? 22.
24.
Oh my god.
Ah, those
Wow.
dice.
Okay. I'm going to hold my action to when all 3 of them are within 40 feet of each other. I want to cast slow on all 3 of them.
Okay.
Then it's a 120-foot range for the casting itself, but then the cube is
Okay.
40 feet. So yeah, when they're all within 40 feet of each other, then I'm going to cast slow.
So, in case we don't get to that today, maybe make a note for that in case that happens next week. Chorus, you are up, and then the war horses.
Okay. I don't know that this is a great idea, but I'm gonna pull out my longbow
Okay.
and make an attack on the big one that's still holding Nemea. Will be at advantage because it's Zephyr Strike, and I'm out of the con save thing now, right? Like I'm not paralyzed. I can make 2 attacks and do everything.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so that is a let's see. So first attack, that's a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool.
Roll your damage if you would.
Yep. That's hold on. I gotta do a lot of math here.
All of them.
oh, the math.
That's you. And I'm also using my bonus action for this. Well, actually, I'll save that for the next attack. That's 10 plus 3, so 13 plus 5, so 15 points of damage for the first attack.
As the first arrow sinks in, you see him almost fall.
Oh,
He struggles, but then he resists.
And that's all force damage. I don't know that that matters, but that would all be.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will do it again. Another one. Do I have advantage on this? Since are we like? Does it count for range attacks for flanking, or is it within
No.
5 feet? Yeah. Okay. I didn't think so. That's all right. Just have to roll high on one die.
Just roll high.
No, never mind.
It's all good.
I just won't roll high on one die. That's totally fine. It doesn't.
What'd you roll?
That's a 9. A 9.
Okay. No, it doesn't hit. All right. But the first one, yeah, sinks him in. All right, you're doing. He's looking really rough. What can the war horses of the apocalypse do to these guys? Let's see those
Please.
ponies roll.
Okay, so they once again they just have their hoof attacks. So let's see,
Make
first
a con
one.
save. Make a con save for them though.
Oh yes. Okay, so con save. So their con. So the first one's a 16. Second
Fails.
one is a 17.
Succeeds.
Oh, there we go.
A 3. And then
Fails.
a 14. So only one
Fails.
succeeded.
Yep.
But yeah, it's not like they can do too much anyway. But yeah, so they're going to make their each make a hoof attack. Let's see. So that first is a 25 to hit,
What is their plus modifier to hit?
plus 6. So that was a 19.
You were rolling. You rolled like 19s across the board last time. Almost. They were killing.
That
you.
was the
No,
that was
no, no.
advantage. It was advantage.
That's
without,
yeah, they do it. They're
yeah,
amazing.
without advantage, I wouldn't have. I had the real crap there.
We need to
Roll-
keen
roll
their
the damage.
hooves.
Yeah. The second one is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Ooh, there's a bad roll. Then we got a 11 to hit,
Okay, fails.
and then seriously, a that definitely doesn't hit. That's a 9 to hit. So only 2
Okay.
of them.
So
Make
roll
it.
damage for those two.
Do they get multiple
I'm
attacks?
gonna
Or is that irrelevant?
no.
Okay, yeah.
No, they don't get multi attack. So 5. So
Pretty
that
impressive for their
is
CR.
that's 14 damage for the first one, and then 15 damage for the second.
He succeeds on both con saves for his undead fortitude with a 23 for both of them, but
Oh
you're just
man.
pounding away, pummeling. Like you see portions of his skull being caved in, and like these chunks of brain matter are just flying everywhere. He's not looking good. He's not looking good at all. But
Yeah.
Vix,
Some hefty hooves.
Can I roll?
hefty hooves.
Can I roll a religion check on knowing what we need to counter undead fortitude?
I would say that can be religion. I guess that can do religion. I'd say Arcana maybe, but yeah, either one.
I can do Arcana.
Either one's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
10.
You are not sure. You've encountered some undead recently, but you haven't done enough time to fully study undead with your area of study is so broad that you kind of
Yeah.
have to do a.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot the other one because Vix has no.
Which
faith.
other one?
The
The
big
other big one?
Yeah. The other big
The
one.
one that's coming up from the south. Okay.
Actually, I guess I could shoot the littler one. Maybe actually put it down before it even gets to us.
Ooh.
I'm checking my.
Is the check the Arcana or religion check like a bonus action or anything, or could Archie also do that, or at his
Not your turn.
next
So on
thing?
your turn, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the smaller one. Because maybe I can
Okay.
actually take that one out before it gets here. And I will, Vix seeing multiple attackers incoming is going to, oh bloody hell, and is going to enact a judgment of sacred destruction to maybe get a little more damage going.
Sure, as you do. Judgment of sacred destruction, of course. That's what I would have naturally gone to.
Natural 20. I should have shot the big one, but that was a natural 20.
You should have. Okay. Roll your damage.
Yep. So that is going to be math. 12, 15 points of damage to the little one, and then second shot, only a 10 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, that was also why I shot the littler one. So, okay. 8 piercing damage on the second shot.
So the first arrow right in one eye. The second arrow just misses right above the second eye. It drops to the ground, but starts sitting up again.
These things are the biggest pain in the ass. It hit them harder or
it
something.
succeeded
I don't
by
know.
One. It succeeded by 1 on its con save. All right. That ends your turn then?
Yeah, that's the end.
Nemea, how many hit points do you have? Are you at 50% or less of your health?
I am. Go back up. No. Wait, no, I'm at 43 of.
How many hit points do you need to lose to be at half your health?
I need to be at 30. No. Hang on. What's half of 57? 20. I need to be
28.
28
and a half.
28. Yeah.
So we'll say 28.
Yeah, so I'm still good. I'm at 43.
Okay. So he is going to just continue the pounding of your face with his claw. He's going to take just 3 attacks against your face. So first one, 28.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Uh-huh.
Natural 20. So I will do the other 2 attacks
Guys,
first.
absolutely not. No, that one looks like that's gonna hurt too much. And she
Yeah.
uses her reaction. Silvery barbs.
What's that? You make him have to re-roll?
Yep, he has to re-roll and use the lower roll.
That's a 25. So
It's okay.
that's
Not
better
nat
than a
20
natural
though.
20.
Not
And then
even
So-
as I do that, Chorus looks super impressed with my telling the giant off
Of course,
that he
looks
gets
super impressed.
he gets advantage on his next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Nice.
Dustin, just out of
So the
curiosity for
first-
the listening audience, how much do you have to pay Fernway
Yes.
to weight your dice?
Look, nobody's coming after Rose for her amazing roll. She's had like 4 natural 20s tonight.
She's a halfling. She's
So-
allowed to be lucky.
She didn't need to use that feat. She hasn't rolled a 1 even
I know,
once.
I know.
So the first one is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 5, Nemea.
I was
Second one, second one is 15, halved to 7. What course?
Uh-huh.
on. Am I within 30 feet of Nemea?
No.
I don't believe
I-
so.
I think so.
Never mind. Wait, am I within 30 feet of the? Sorry, I said that wrong. Am I within 30 feet of the giant?
No.
Of the
Damn.
giant.
The giant.
Don't. Nope.
Look, he's not within 30 feet. He's not within 30 feet of the giant.
He is
Would
not
I-
within 30 feet of the giant.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I think I would have been, but
Okay.
it's all good.
How much damage for the last attack?
It is 11 halved to 5. So he just slamming you with his fist. You are are you at what are you at now?
I'm now at 26.
So you are now under the halfway point.
Yep.
Good to know. All right. He is going to place his hand back on your stomach. It is not doing anything other than placing his hand on your stomach. That ends his turn. The other giant now comes into the field of play and comes up right behind the big giant is going to come up right behind the horses.
So the moment he's within 40 feet, can I cast slow? Because it's a reaction.
I
and
thought
the
you were
trigger-
waiting for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Is the zombie not already?
Yeah.
The
within
zombie's
40
already
feet?
within 40 feet of the other
Okay,
big
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah.
right there. So yes, okay. So
Yeah.
yes, you can do that.
So I want to, if it fails, then it might not reach because its speed is getting.
Huh.
What is the save that it needs?
So it's a wisdom save, I believe.
Well, we know these
double
guys are
check.
really super wise.
Super wise.
Wisdom save, DC 16 wisdom.
Okay. That's a 0. for the giant. For the other, wait, sorry, that was the regular zombie. Let me see if the giant's any different. Nope, it's the same wisdom save. So 0 for the giant, natural 20, so a total of 18 for the small guy. So
Okay.
the small one
guy's
succeeds.
doing well.
And that's both giants?
Oh, the other giant, I didn't even do one for him.
Okay.
He's a 2. So the 2 giants failed. With that, as the other giant comes within range, that's where we're going to wrap today's session.
We're
So,
surrounded.
Oh gosh.
so come back next week to find out what's going to happen. Isn't Amaya going to be a zombie? Is she going to be sacrificed to whatever is going on? I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. But we hope not, because we love Nemea, and we don't need zombie Nemea haunting our dreams. But we love you all. Be kind to one another. Be extra kind to one another. Hug all the important people in your life, and maybe hug somebody you don't even like. Like, just, you know what? I'm gonna love you no matter what, because I don't like you, so I'm gonna hug you like a giant hug Nemea. But don't,
I will
don't
rip
like
your
the
entrails
trailer.
out of love.
Yeah, put your
Yeah.
wings around them.
But we do love you. We are so thankful that you continue to check in with us and make our show one that you enjoy watching, because we definitely enjoy doing this show for you. So be good, be kind, and are you ready for more tales?
Yes.
Always.
Oh.
Always go cackle.